else do we have? Carolyn Booth, My Full Heart and Hands, Dalia, Scarlet Rain, Lonnie Gore, Mary Kim, Trisha, Dana, hi, Paulette, Alethea, Carolyn Dishman, hello, Chris, Yvette, Patty and Jack, Monica, Carla, Melody, Sakura Girl, hello, Alice, it's been a while, Greg, hey, first time, Greg, Anne Morrissey, good morning from Ireland, Anne, To Scooter Chick, hello, Karen, Sunny Bunny, just enjoying the thunderstorms. It wasn't much of a thunderstorm, right? It was like some distant thunder. There was a little bit of lightning. There was a flash of lightning 1 or 2 times, but Jimmy's like, oh, what are you doing? And I said, I'm doing these storm ASMR. And he goes, oh, you'll have a lot of chance to do that in the next few days. I'm like, don't even tell me. So, hey, Wendy, you're up in England for a change. Birdie, hello. Let's see, who do we have? Ang? You sound like, I think you're a newbie too, right? Robin, you've been here before? Greg? I don't know. Usually I recognize names, but maybe I haven't been in the live chat a lot. Deborah, Jokana, Robin, love the page turning. Well, people have been telling me for a long time, probably for like 5-6 months, you should do ASMR videos. You should do ASMR videos. I really totally didn't know what they were. I thought they were just, well, I said, what, like sizzling bacon or something? They can be for anything, right? Anything. You could be prepping food and cutting chocolate. You can whisper in them. You could not talk in them. There's a lot to learn on them. So then I just said, well, why don't I try some? And I don't know how I came across the page turning one. I'm trying to figure out how I did. I think I had seen somebody's whispering ones, and then I saw something in there that said page turning, and then I just typed in page turning on YouTube, and I'm like, they really make videos about page turning? And it was interesting to me. And usually I go through the books I get anyway, in hauls, and I thought, well, I could go through them here very thoroughly and also do it ASMR. But the only thing is I have to make sure everybody's out of the house or everybody's asleep when I do it. Otherwise, there would be background chatter. So I did that actually last night when I got off here early. Oh, you know what I forgot? Hi, Sharon. Sharon, I forgot to do the alert. I always forget. I always forget. Sea Glass and Shells, hi. Jane, hello. Leah Matthews, hi. Yeah, well, you know what happened? Not long. It was, you saw the storm. That was today, yeah. It started to get iffy before that. So, yeah, I'm kind of shell-shocked about the last 2 times that I was out in the water and it started to look like that, so I'm a little shell-shocked, and I err on the side of caution now. But hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to get a long time, and we'll see. And add the tapping of my nails too, right? Yeah, they gave me a lot of pointers right there about that. It's raking of stuff. I didn't even know, like, doing someone's hair. Vipon used to sell these heads of hair, like for hairdressers to practice on, incredibly cheap, like $13 and $15. And when I was like a kid, I used to always do my doll's hair, and I had those like 2 kind of teenage dolls with long hair, but I would have died, and I had a Barbie head. But these ones that Vipon sells, they have like a massive amount of hair, and it's just a head. It's just a head. And last Christmas, I had toyed with getting a couple of people then because they were so cheap on Vipon. And I don't know, I didn't do it. Now I'm like, oh my gosh, I could have used that in an ASMR. So, There's 2 videos up, Yvette. It's a lot of things with sound, and certain sounds for people can be really comforting. Some, they say, I have never experienced the tingling sensation people get. It depends on what there are. There's a lot of different sounds. There's whispering, there's like sizzling sounds or chopping sounds, page turning, all kinds of things. And some, like storms and things, put people to sleep, like white noise. Other things are background noises you can you liked, and maybe you did not intend to be, you were in the lake whispering. Oh, let me see what you're saying. Yeah, I did a little bit, like little bits and pieces in the lake. Is that what you're saying? Hang on, let me see. When you were in the lake whispering, and I think positive affirmations would be great. Yeah, right. It's hard again to do it in the lake if you don't have 2 noisy kids around. But Luke is funny because now I just like this ASMR. And yesterday Luke and I did do something. I didn't get it up yet. We did a little bit with water and like just. My neighbors must think I'm totally insane. Well, they probably knew that already. We were swishing like the noodles back and forth, and then tapping them on the water, and then there's like a little bit of some stones we threw through the water. I haven't put it up yet, but what is Vipon? It's that site. I'm going to make its own video because I think a lot of people miss the Vipon site. If you shop on Amazon, you can get a lot of coupons for things, and they have sometimes like weird things like those heads. I don't know if and that things change constantly. I'm going to make its own dedicated video. So, hello Foxy Bot, Sandy L, Casey Apple, Sassy Darcy, hello. Who else did I miss? Renee, Karen, Nerdia, hi, your best friend, hi. Susie, let's see here, Cupcake, Trisha Callie, hello, Irish Eyes, Sandy, Angel Callie, hello, Nazi, hi, who else did I miss? Julie, Deb, BC Survivor, Sea Glass and Shells, Robin, right, Julie Maribel, I think I got Jane. Hopefully I got most of you. If I'd missed you, I see you too. Hey Jessica, I know I told Sharon I forgot the alert. You know that about me though. I don't intend to. Ashley, I also think I have to change I think this is stuck on yesterday's title, right? I have to go change that too. Hey Adora, Jojo, Joanne, Red Raven Spirit, hi. So, okay, there was something I had to say. Oh, I know what we forgot to say. Did you guys see the verdict in the Raccoons? Who saw the Raccoons verdict? That was the most the poor person that read that verdict. Well, first, did any of you see it? What happened? I hope everything is okay. What happened? What's VA? What is VA? Some of you saw it, some of you didn't. Was this on? No, it was on the, well, I watched it. I don't know if it was on Court TV. I watched it on the Law and Crime Network. What do you think about the person that read that verdict? That it wasn't even read correct. Like when he got to the third count, I never heard him say guilty. I heard him say something like, do I have to read the third count? And the judge was like, yeah. And he's like, second degree murder. I never heard him say guilty on that one. And then he goes to 4, and that was, it was horrible. The poor guy must have been so nervous. Hi, Jay Friday. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Sharon. Hope everything's okay. But anyway, number 1, guilty, second degree murder. 2, felony murder. He was guilty. 3, second degree murder, guilty. Though he didn't say it, the judge did say it at the end. 4th, attempted rape of a child, guilty. And trespassing, guilty. He started crying, and then his father was really just looking down, and I think that was his mother, or I'm not sure if that was his mother holding the father, sitting next to him. And then he was mouthing to them something like, I love you. But he seemed shocked by the verdict. And so now they're not going to have sentencing until September, what did they say here? September 13th or so? It's, September 1st? That's a long time. I wonder why they're waiting so long. Hello, you girl. The bearded man was... What are we talking about, a bearded man? Okay, and so that's Raccoons. Anybody have any anything they want to say who watched the Raccoons? Anybody want to call in and say anything about it or say anything here? Were you shocked? Were you not? You'll be starting your trip to Cowgirls at on 9/13? The defense wanted a breakdown between the 2 phases. Okay. Yeah, Dana, but they're not. I mean, look at the ones we've seen in recently. They've been right on the heels of the verdict, right? But yeah, I know. The camper in California chased by a bearded man. I didn't hear that one. Just happened. I didn't hear it. Not shocked, but I couldn't watch the trial because of the girl. Is anyone buffering real bad? You should not be. There's no alerts on my system. It's got to be something on your end, then Irish Eyes. Refresh. Okay. So I wanted to... Let me just get my notes here. I've got some notes here. There was something else I had to say before we went on to the other thing. Hi, Lisa H. Hello, Chatterbox. Victoria. Mommy realized, did you see where the guy killed his 17-year-old girlfriend, put her body... She was a social... He was from Buffalo, New York? No, I didn't see that, Foxy Bot. Did this just happen? He put her body on Instagram? So I'm assuming that he was caught almost immediately? What was up with that? Hey, Bridget. Hey, Jenny Jo. It just happened today. Why would he do that? Why would he do that? That's not too smart, all right? Ivy Lynn. Oh, he killed himself? It was in Utica? Really? Wow, where's Charlene? I'm surprised Charlene hasn't been blowing up my email. Maybe she has. I haven't checked my email. Whoa, gosh, that scared me. I almost knocked my seltzer down, but it was still closed. I thought it was open. Sorry. Forget. I'm a little jumpy when that happens. I want to see. Let me just check my email to see if Charlene's been blowing up my email, because normally I would expect her to blow up my email with something like that. Because she lives, near me up that way towards, but that Utica's much farther from me, north, but still within hours. Let me see here. Oh, I haven't checked email in a long time. If you've been eating, okay, hold on a minute. Can you check? Okay. Diane, could you please send me your URL? If you go to your YouTube profile page or channel page, copy the URL and send it to me, because then I can check it immediately. Okay? You've been watching Jennifer and Joseph. Yeah, Charlene's been watching that Jennifer and Joseph Rosenblum too. Very interesting. Foster mothers accused of abuse of 2 foster siblings. She lied all over the place. Yeah, I have to catch up on that one. Let me see her now. Laura, hang on. Did you get yourself in the Slack group? Because you wanted to go in there, right? So sorry I've been missing. My phone is on the blink. I've also got, oh, that's stressing you. Okay, so I'd love to be part of the art class. Absolutely. I hope all is well. And yes, thank you. You love my lake hair? Thank you. Okay, so Laura, I'm just going to check if you're added. I'm just going to go put you in right now. Make sure you're there before I forget. Then you should, if you're not there, you should get a Slack invitation. And then accept it. Anybody that gets a Slack invitation, if you wanted to be part of the craft panel, and either you can do both things. If you wanted, we have up to 100 places, and we're nowhere near 100 contestants. So please don't think you have to choose one, because someone the other day said, I would love to do both, but I want to give someone else a turn. We can have up to 100. So as many as, you want to do, you do. We're nowhere near in jeopardy, because right now there's 38 members. No problem for crafts, okay? So no problem. Just join up and you can do both. Okay, Laura, it appears you were not in here, so now I am adding you. You should have an invitation, and then you'll be all hooked up, okay? All right. Let me get to the other thing, right? Okay, Brandy, no problem. All right, Brandy, I hope that Brandy's husband had surgery today. So we hope he's doing well and recovering well, Brandy. No problem. You're still in the craft group. I did not remove you. You're still around. No problem. No issues, no issues. I'll reply back to you, Randy, later, but everything is fine. You're still in the craft group. No worries. And I hope that your husband is doing well, okay? Good. Whoops. Okay, Jeanette, I'll take a look. Not exactly. Maybe you can tell me a little more about that, Jeanette. All right, let's see. Oh, look what Jessica, I did see, I think I saw these somewhere. Oh, on Amazon. Jessica Rosenfeld found these at the checkout line. Beautiful. And thanks for sharing. Did you try them? Okay, now let's see. My kids love them. They love them. They take them to soccer camp. And they keep wondering, so we're on the subscribe now with that big box because my kids are like paranoid we'll run out of them. It's not even like, right, a cookie you would think kids would go nuts about. Yeah. Looks like these taste like they have cinnamon in them. And Ethan, who's very picky, likes them too. So good. And I like that they're individually wrapped. That's another thing. I do just have to say it. Being when you live someplace where it's humid, if the kids open a package of cookies and they're not sealed properly, like if you leave, like, say, Nilla wafers open or anything like that, graham crackers, they're like spongy the next because you either have to put them in a Ziploc bag or container. These, because they're all individually wrapped, you never have to worry about that, your kids taking some and leaving the package open. It's a good thing. It also, as I said, really cuts down on you eating, like just sitting and eating a whole bag or something of them, which could be easy to do because of them being individually wrapped. You literally have to unwrap each one. But they're really good to take around. Okay. Okay, so Victoria says, one night when things are slow, I'd like to discuss my Homeland Security appointment to monitor social media during the Las Vegas shootings with a couple of photos from there and the fact that Paddock bought our old plane that is now registered to an LLC in which Obama is part owner. Oh, he bought your old plane? Okay. And, oh dear, that looks like a pretty gruesome picture there. Anytime you're on there, Chatterbox, if you want to come on tonight and talk about it, I don't know, would you guys want to hear about this? Let me know. She'd like to discuss her Homeland Security appointment to monitor social media during the Las Vegas shooting, October 1st, 2017, with a couple of photos, etc. What do you guys want to, it's up, whatever. Is everybody up to that tonight? Or Victoria, are you up to that tonight? I know Victoria's under Chatterbox just so you all know. Let me know what you want to do there. And your other questions, I can get you an email on those other questions after this, probably tomorrow. You know me. But just in case that's what you guys want to do, I'm just going to put the invite in there right now so that it's there. And I can, oops, what happened here? Okay, hang on. I can't see the chat, so just hang on for a minute. Okay. So you have two. Okay, so Joanne is just got her ancestry kit. What'd you say, Joanne? I have 2 kits. I'm mailing one. Oh, is that Random Guy Jeff? How nice of you, really? I don't know. Wait a minute. I'm lost. I don't know. Maybe that's not. I don't know whose name that is. I'm lost. Sending one to Daddy? Then law enforcement will have the DNA. Oh, your dad? I don't know. I'm lost, Joanne. I need help. I don't know who this is. You're gonna have to help me out with this, Joanne. I'm a little lost there. Okay, oh, Angie Holmes. Oh, is this a picture of your puppy? I know we have to get back to our stuff. I'll just show. Very cute. That's Holmes. Is that who that is? Let me see it. No, Marshall? Who is this? No, Marshall, right? I'm sorry. That's Marshall. That's Angie's puppy. Very cute. What kind of dog? He looks like a Yorkie, but he looks like maybe he might be a terrier mix, or it's hard to tell at this time. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so Joanne says, Dearest Carolyn with a Y, humor will keep me afloat. It will save me from drowning in the sea. This is not a cry for help. Suicide is not an option. I've been there, done that. This is my song to you, so sung by Ray Charles with, Ray Charles is my son's name. Yeah, it is. Seriously. With the orchestra behind him, this is one of the many, many recordings to say, remember when we were together, when you were on the YouTube channel showing a short video and speaking over it, to it, and asking Joanne in the video, is that the leg? Joanne, is that the dog's missing leg? And I do not reply. Those are our times, just you and me, rifling and communicating. Okay, Save saw the apology about those pesky burnt British biscuits. Ha ha, a lead into me to return to the video once deemed offensive about dog toys and Biscoff, made it public and kept the Mommy Dearest locked tightly away as private. Okay. All right, I think that other stuff okay. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize. Okay, never mind. I see now. Oh, okay. All right, well, I'm glad I didn't read the other part. Okay, yeah, I'm losing my mind tonight. All right, never mind. Oh boy. Well, I'm not the only one that's losing my mind, because someone just sent me an email. They said, oh my gosh, I sent this to myself. What is this? Okay, Lynn, I'll read that later. I don't know what you guys said about Victoria. Okay, Bella Mac has some pens she recommends. They are the what are they? The Stettler brand. I was trying to explain the other day they are good for everything, but I actually use the ones with bright yellow and orange and white stripe and bright colored cap liners for coloring. See Start of the Carousel Horse. I also like the Pilot rollerballs for monochrome playing around. Anything serious, I need Faber-Castell various liners. I just love a felt tip. They tend not to bleed or transfer, though, through the page. I enjoy dot work drawing. Don't look at the prices. They're not good deals. In my next installment, Derwent Intense Blocks. What is that, you ask? TBC. Oh, okay, so she sent some pictures of the pens. If you're looking for pens, I'm going crazy trying to find. Okay, so this is something you're working on there. It looks like a stork, or is it a heron? A heron, it's not a stork. Why did I say it was? The head looks a little bit like a Vlasic pickle guy. I don't know. Now this is what? This is the start of the one you said you used the felt tips for? Or is this the orange and I'm not doing well on email today. I'm making a lot of craziness. These are the rollerballs that you use for just fun. These are just like regular pens. Okay. And these brilliant colors, are these gel pens, or you said they're felt? Are they felt markers? I'm a little lost. It's not hard to imagine, I assume. I don't even know how this happened. Okay. I don't even know what's going on anymore. Okay, now my computer, now I don't think I'll ever be able to get back in chat. Well, I have to come back and chat because everything is locked up on me. Hold on a minute. I can't show the last photo of the pens, but did we know if Victoria's coming on or not? Does anyone remember years ago a cookie called Giggles? No, I don't. What kind of cookie? Did you like the blonde ones, Jane? They weren't a hit over here. See? Different tastes for different people, right? Hey, Brenda. Danielle. Anna Nelson, hi. I'm just going through this. I tell you, Carolyn, I'm not happy with people's behavior. I wanted to email you. I just want to be around positive people. We have here. It was on Daily Mail. He is into some dark. Who's this? Who is this? Oh, that guy? The guy? Oh, okay. That was, yeah, I should look at that. That's weird. Okay. Did we hear from anybody hear from Victoria? She was in here as Chatterbox. Victoria, I sent you the number if you want to come on and talk about that. If everybody wants to. You liked my. Do you, everybody making lemonade. Everybody has asked me to make that. No, I shouldn't say that. That's not true. I didn't say. Why did I say everybody? That's something is wrong with me tonight. Seriously, I mean, really seriously wrong with me. A lot of people have asked me to make ASMR videos over the last, I'd say, 6, going on 7 months. And I've done little teasers of them. But these are the first dedicated ones I've made making lemonade. Hey, RC Breeze. Hi, Claire. Hey, Candace. Hey, Shady Lady. Betty Smith, she forgot to change. Oh, the title. Yeah, there's something, I'm telling you. Let me go change the title right now. I don't even know what title to put on it. But is Victoria, did we hear from Chatterbox? She was in earlier. Did she say anything before I go change anything? Where'd Joanne Dallas go? Did Joanne Dallas get pissed at me? Because I was reading emails I wasn't supposed to. I think I saved all the stuff I wasn't supposed to read. I think I kind of realized that something's wrong with me, Joanne. Everybody knows something's wrong with me. You've heard about the footprints on the bed sheets. No, you mean the garbage bag. We don't know what the deal is with that. We can only speculate. Mommy, I am not. Oh, okay, Joanne, good, because you were gone, and now I don't know where Victoria is. There's Victoria. Look at that. Both of you must have been out together, having some coffee or something. Now you're both back. What's a very interesting case? Which one, Victoria? Do you want to come on and talk about it? Because apparently I have the wrong title on the video, and I don't know how to read emails. And something's wrong with me tonight. She's here. She chatterboxed right there. Let me go change the title to something vague and that would encompass anything we're going to talk about tonight. Hold on. This is so bad. Oh, now my computer's locked up here. Okay, hang on a minute. Let me see if I can get rid of this so I can get and change that. Oh, okay. Now let's see. Where would be... Why is... Oh, hold on. This is breaking news. What is this? Breaking news. I don't know what this breaking news is, but not really worried about it right now. All right, let me just find my live title and change that. Victoria, if you want to come on, there is a number there. Anybody else that wants to come on and talk about something, let me know. All right, let me see now here. You made a video for No Time? That just came up in my recommended, Joanne. No Time. Joanne made a video for you. I hope it says good things. Okay. What was I doing here? I was trying to get to my thing now, right? Okay. Let me change the title. I hope this is the right video. Okay, I think so. I hope I'm changing the title on the right video. So let's just put, I don't know, what are we doing tonight? Is Victoria coming? I don't know. Yes, no, maybe. I have a podiatrist case to discuss if, it sounds really exciting, right? But he's actually was a podiatrist not far from where I grew up, right in Rockland County. But I was in northern New Jersey, but this is in Rockland County, yeah. So if Victoria does want to come on and discuss that, we could do the podiatrist one. It's kind of interesting, but all right, so I'll just put in other cases, and that'll cover us until we find out for sure what we're doing. Okay, and let me just this. Okay, now we should be good. Okay. When I went in there, I saw somebody yakking it up in here about something to me. You like Jimmy's do-it-yourself video? Don't you? Well, they are magic towels. That is really the name of them. They're called magic towels. I'm just trying to find out if I can find out if what's going on. All right, let's go to the podiatrist then. The vid on your storm is awesome. Okay, thank you. Show towels on sale. I didn't find anything really good for sale on Amazon. I know a bunch of you did, and that's great. I don't know. Did anybody find anything really spectacular? I didn't. I did buy some new power washing stuff that came in. But this was already on sale before Prime Day. No, I don't know if these were... So I'm going to have more power washing videos because I've got the... what are these? This is the spray wand extension. And then I got this thing. The, what is this? Rotary, multi-angle rotary spray wand. So I'm going to be going to town with this stuff soon. I wanted to do it today, but I didn't get around to it. You've been disappointed in Prime Day? Hey, Tatters. I've been disappointed in Prime Day. I don't want to rain on anyone's parade, but I've never had a good Prime Day. I've always found it to be much ado about nothing, and the only real deals are on Kindles or like Alexas and Fire Sticks is what I see. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing it. I don't know. I get good deals on Amazon all the time, so maybe I'm just I don't know. Another Direction and makeup. What happened with Another Direction and makeup? You got good deals on makeup, Sari? You're going to lay back and listen? Okay, your best friend. Go listen to the page turning. It'll put you right to sleep. Or the storm. I'm curious if anybody really goes to sleep with that. Okay. I was thinking of making the storm, because someone's like, oh, I go to sleep with this, but it's like 20 minutes. So maybe it takes you 25, 30 minutes. I should extend it maybe by putting just looping it a little bit on the video, so it'll play over for a couple of times so you really go to sleep. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to do an AMSR now, but I am. Did you see those fake ears? There's fake ears people put on their Yeti, right? They put it on their Yeti, they put an ear here and an ear here, and then they rake over the mic. I don't even know what that sounds like. And then they clean out the ears. They're rubber ears. They actually sell them that go on a Yeti, I guess. What is that about? You got a water pick? That's good, Deirdre. Did you get a good deal on it? Loop it. I will. Maybe I'll make an extended version for those that want something. What's a good time? 60 minutes, 45 minutes? When can you fall asleep? Let me know. Please loop it? Sure. And you know what Jimmy said, Sunny Bunny? He said, you're going to have lots of great content because he said we're going to be getting a lot of storms. I guess it's one way for me to look forward to a storm, maybe. I don't know. It was $39, regular 100. Oh, that's good then. 60 minutes? Okay. Yeah, I need these pointers. Okay. We'll keep that as the short version for those that fall asleep very quickly. And speaking of ASMR, has anybody ever watched, I was telling Jay Bells about this today, Slow TV. I'm sure Anna, who's from Sweden, knows all about Slow TV. Does anyone watch Slow TV? Hi, Maui Chickadee. 60 minutes, and I like the sounds of pages being turned. You know, and I'll tell you something else, Shady Lady. I've never made a page turning video, right? And I don't know whether some people like to hear, because I don't know. There were ones, you know what I say about licking fingers and turning pages? There are certain videos that they say licking fingers, turning videos, and the lady is like, I'm going to be licking my fingers a lot when I'm turning these pages. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Right? So, but there's all kinds of, I guess, I never knew in my life if somebody would say, people would watch page turning, or that there would be an art to page turning. Could you, or maybe certain kinds of books that are preferred. The one book I had was a spiral, so it made extra noise when turning the pages, because the pages had to slide over the spiral. There's other people that like really wrinkly pages and you straighten them out. Some people like that, taking the page and making that kind of noise and then turning it. Others don't want that. They just want that. I don't know. So there's a lot of different. You love the page turning. You used it tonight to take a quick nap. Because you know what I liked? And I guess I never knew that there was even something It is probably, yeah, it comes from your childhood or whatever. But you know, at the library when you're a kid, and all of the books, the kids' books have that plastic on them, on the dust jacket. And then the librarian, we had a librarian that would read stories to us, and she would light a little candle. Okay, this is pre-Yankee Candle. This is when candles weren't cool. And she would light a candle, and we'd all sit down, and then she'd take that book, right, and she'd open it up with the plastic, and we'd all be sitting on the floor, 7, 6 years old, whatever, 5, 6, 7 years, 8 years old. I think we were at second grade into that school, and she would read it. And I guess, like, when I think about a book and I think about like a kid's, I think about it with that plastic and the dust jacket and like bending the book open and closed. And there's people that like that. You know, people like that. Like, so I'm thinking, like, I saw people have that plastic on their books, and I don't know whether they put that on or what, but the smell of library books makes you happy too. See, I think so. I think a lot of those things that elicit feelings in us, right? And certain things, like with a book, but especially like a kid's book, because I guess maybe in school or our parents or whatever read to us and that elicited good feelings. So, because I would always look at the way the teacher held the book and how they always read aloud to us, like Mrs. Lamberti, if you're still out there. I remember you in 4th grade always starting off silent reading by reading us a chapter of a book. And then I would always get the books that Mrs. Lamberti read to us out in the library when she put it back. She would get the book out of the library. She read us Caddy Woodlawn. Anybody ever read Caddy Woodlawn? She read us Caddy Woodlawn, Tales of a 4th Grade Nothing. I can't remember what else, but I do remember, let me see, who was it? Anne Marie Wallace. Anne Marie Wallace, if you're there. That lovely comment you made to me in the library in 4th grade when I was taking out Caddy Woodlawn, and you looked at me and you said, why don't you always go and get the books that Mrs. Lamberti just read to us and take them out of the library? Anne Marie Wallace, thank you for being such a sweet, sweet little girl in the 4th grade. Thank you. Anyway, so she honestly said that. I remember exactly where she said that to me in the library. Okay? But anyway, I did take those books out, and I would go home and I would read them to my dolls or in my fake classroom, just like Mrs. Lamberti did. Okay? Good. And Anne Marie Wallace, if you're watching. Anyway, tell her off. So anyway, Mrs. Lamberti, I do remember another book she read to us. She read to us this book about this girl that told this big lie that she had the biggest doll in the world. And then everybody asked her to bring it to school, and she didn't know what she was going to do. So she went to some store, and I don't know if she tried to sneak out like a small mannequin. I don't know if it was her father's store or something, but did anybody remember that book? She had to let it go. You go, girl. I did let it go. That's it. I just got it off my chest. But yeah, she read us that book also, and I did take that one out as well. And maybe that is the one that Anne Marie Wallace gave me that scathing comment in 4th grade. You were thinking I could do one of those little sand gardens. Oh yeah, do people do that? Yeah, I need inspiration. If you have inspiration or ideas for an ASMR video, let me know. Bye, Sonia. You like to read, but none of your friends are readers? Now that's his holding a grudge? No, it's not holding a grudge. Casey Apple. It's not that I think about Anne-Marie Wallace. It took me, if you didn't see, it took me about, a minute or 30 seconds to think of her name. Not like I wake up every day and go, that darn Anne-Marie Wallace. Chill out. Hey, Casbot. Hey, Casbot. You're not up early. Okay, so let's talk about the podiatrist. Oh, there's Chatterbox. Oh, it's causing problems with your Wi-Fi? Okay, I'll talk about the podiatrist then, okay? How did we get on to Anne-Marie Wallace anyway? And Mrs. Lamberti? I hope Mrs. Lamberti's still alive. She was a very nice lady. She'd probably be, I don't know, 80s or 90s. You call everybody buddy? Well, Jimmy thinks that Jimmy has a lot of sisters, and he calls them all sis when he's talking to them. So I always say that he calls them that because he doesn't know who he's talking to, and it's just easier that way. Like, he never calls any of them by their name when he's talking to them. He's like, hey sis, how you doing? Yeah, that's good. That's great. Yeah. Uh-huh. All right. Okay, bye. Who is that? But so I used to always tease him, but I do think he's probably knows who he's talking to 50% of the time. Okay. So I don't know. My brothers don't. They always call me by my name, and even though my sister and I have rhyming names, a lot of times they mix us up. But okay. So where was I? Let me get my notes out here. Couldn't find my notebook, so I had to write my notes. But again, this happened in Ramapo, New York, which is right on the border of northern New Jersey, Rockland County, and there was a couple that was married, and not a good marriage, well, to say the least, towards the end. It was pretty scathing. It was about yes, Marilyn. Yes, she is Marilyn. So we were named after twins that one of my brothers dated. So that's a weird story in and of itself. So yeah. Okay. We won't go there. Evie? Buy back guns in New Zealand? Okay. I thought New Zealand. All right. Anyway, so the guy's name was Ira. The woman's name was Susan. Last name was Bernstein. They got married. Contentious marriage. She was leaving Betty Broderick style voicemails. Okay, very heated. But they decided not to divorce, to just go their separate ways, but they were going to remain married. And then not long before, he's taking care of the feet of a lot of the Ramapo police officers, right? And they said, oh, he's a great guy and everything. But he met a 35-year-old, a mortician. How did he meet her? She was a patient of his. So he meets her, they hit it off, he's looking at her feet. I guess she had nice feet. He might have had a foot fetish. I don't know if he did, if that's why he went into podiatry. I always tell my OBGYN, because he's about my age now, and he's looking worse for the wear, and we have a pretty good relationship, but I always go, not what you were thinking of when you were in med school, right? You didn't think of these days. It brings him a laugh. Anyway, so let's get back to the other thing. But no, I think it's true. I do think it's true. So this guy, okay, he's a podiatrist. Did he go into it because he has a foot fetish? I have no idea. No idea. but he meets her. She's a mortician. She doesn't come from a lot of money or anything, and he's got good amount of money. But Susan, his wife, she's not divorcing him. Okay, so she's still got her claws on half of that, and she doesn't want to let it go. So now this 35-year-old thinks that we've got to get rid of Susan, right? We got to get Susan out of the picture. I didn't tell you that this Kelly, that's her name, this 35-year-old, she was in an accident when she was younger, okay? And by accident, I mean she was driving a car when they hit someone, a pedestrian, and killed them. Yet, there were no charges filed against Kelly, and it was deemed an accident, and the person died, and, So anyway, Kelly decides with Ira that Susan's got to go. Now, Susan's not going to be giving any divorce, okay? She's definitely not. In fact, she's leaving some messages saying that, hey, I know you're in Boca with your girlfriend. And he's like, leave me alone. I'm here with my mother. What's wrong with you, right? So Susan's not giving the divorce, okay? Not at all. So Kelly says, we got to off Susan with Ira. Ira says, we got to off Susan. It's the only way to do it. We got to get rid of her. What are we going to do? Well, apparently Kelly thinks that going into this BMW dealership, after exhausting 3 other people that, oh gosh, hi?
Hi, Carolyn.
Hi.
Victoria.
Did you
I don't know if I'm going to be steady enough. Am I breaking up there?
No, you're not breaking up at all.
We're having a real bad heat storm here. It got up to 95 today, and the internet's just wavering in and out.
You should take a video.
If I get choppy, let me know.
Okay. All right, so let Victoria go on, and then I'll finish that. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No. Please do, because I can finish later. I know exactly where I was, and that way they'll be in suspense.
Okay, this is in 2017 on October the 1st, the Harvest 95 festival in Las Vegas. I'm sure we have some members that live in Vegas.
Jessica does it, I know for sure.
The shooting started about 10, and they notified me at 1:45 our time, which was about 45 minutes after the first call went out, and everything started breaking loose. And they want me to monitor the East Coast for social media, outcry, panic, anything that was going on in the area. But there was more to it than just that. I'll get to it in a minute. So I monitored it for 4 days. I mean, I couldn't do anything but monitor social media. It was just so horrific. I sent in some pictures, but there's one really graphic one we're going to have to be careful about, and that's the photo of him, if anyone is squeamish, because it is kind of bad. There's no way that guy, Stephen Paddock, did the shooting. The photo of him lying on the floor, once they breached the room, he's laying in his own blood, and inside of the blood is the bright brass shell casings. If he had been shooting prior to shooting himself, those casings would have become covered with blood when he landed on the floor, with the blood seeping from his body.
I'm just trying to find out if I can find that. Let's go to this guy, because then she's in under storm is awesome. Okay, thank you. Show towels on sale. I didn't find anything really good for sale on Amazon. I know a bunch of you did, and that's great. I don't.
Victoria?
Did anybody find?
Yeah.
Oh, I think I think I'm playing somewhere in your house.
I think I keep losing you because of my internet connection.
Oh, no, because the video came up, so now it's off. Okay, because it was just me talking.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Go ahead and finish what you were saying.
Oh no,
I'm on a lag. I'm on a lag, so I
no,
can't
no,
tell
no.
what's going on.
I was just saying that that I was playing in your house. That's all.
Oh,
That's all.
well, I
You
was trying to
continue.
get the
So,
internet up
yeah,
and
and
going.
I just want to make a note of something. I do have the picture that Victoria is talking about. It is quite graphic, so I don't want to show it, but if you want to see it, you can email me and I will send it to you in an email. I just don't want to just put it out here because it's pretty graphic. Okay? All right. Go
It
ahead.
is great.
Okay, you can
In
go
the
ahead.
photo, I will describe what it is. Once they breached the door and got into Stephen Paddock's hotel room where he was allegedly shooting from two different rooms in that corner suite, which is very large, very, very large area for one man to cover and shoot through two different windows. But anyway, when they breached the room and they claimed that he had just shot himself. In the photo, if you all want to see it, it shows him on the floor that they took a photo as soon as they got in the room. And where his head's laying is all the blood that has run out. On top of that blood is the bright brass shells. There's no blood on the shelf. He was already dead when they breached that room and killed him. He didn't do it himself. And it's all, honestly, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but this is a conspiracy. When they wanted me to monitor the East Coast, it sounded kind of fishy to me anyway. And then I got a call back asking about our plane. My husband owned a plane that we sold, and Stephen Paddock bought it. I didn't know that at the time because it went into a holding company. Voltaire LLC is the name of the holding company. That plane at the time of that massacre was hangared in hangar number 4 at Roanoke Regional Airport. I sent in a picture of the plane. It's a picture of the plane that's hangared there. The color and the tail numbers have been changed on the plane. Now, believe it or not, that plane in Voltaire LLC, one of the owners is Barack Obama. So they thought that Paddock or whoever was involved in this shooting was going to shoot the tanks up at the airport and fly to the East Coast and take possession of that plane to go elsewhere. That's what it really boiled down to. I think that's why they put me on alert here in Roanoke, Virginia. But that nobody will ever convince me that there's not more to this, and that Paddock was just a patsy. He took the fall for a bunch of other people. And if anybody can prove me wrong, please let me know, because I was on it for 4 days. I've got the photos. And the photo of the plane I sent in, that's my mom and dad standing there. One time we flew to Mount Airy. When they sent me the lookout for the plane and sent me the picture that they had, I couldn't find it. They sent me the picture they had of the plane. They had changed the stripes to blue and yellow and had changed the tail number. And when I saw that plane, I sent a message right back to them and a photo of our plane. I said, that's our old plane. I said, someone's changed the colors and the tail numbers on it. You know, people think all planes look alike. Every single plane is really, really different if you've ever seen them up close. And this is such a tragedy that many people died for a cover-up of weapons, drugs, and money. And that's what it boils down to. It was a cover-up. I think the government was involved. I'll never believe otherwise. And, you know, too many coincidences. That Campos that disappeared was the security guard that supposedly went up there and you know, yelled the alarm was, you know, that everything was going down. He disappeared from the press conference. when the sheriff was looking for him. And the FBI guy standing beside of him, he said, no, just let me take over. He wouldn't let the sheriff say anything else. They had that strip on lockdown. Nobody could talk or go into the morgues or anywhere where any of the people were actually investigating. I've got pictures also of the room they breached. That suite, if you go from a 3-bedroom house, it's got a kitchen, 2 baths, 2 living areas, and 2 bedroom suites. That is, and they claim that he was shooting back and forth from 2 different windows. There's absolutely no way one person could have run from one window to the other, firing a bump stock semi-automatic weapon, which a bump stock turned it into fully automatic. There's no way he could have done that. Plus, he was dead. I wish y'all would look at the picture and see. It'll prove to you that the bullets laying on top of the blood were fired after he was dead. And I'm not going to stay on here any longer. If anybody has any questions, fire them off to me. I'll come back on here and try to answer them.
Okay, all right. Thanks, Victoria. Hold on a minute, 1 second. Let me just see one thing. You would like to? Sheila. Okay, Sheila, I'll get that to you. Thanks. Anybody have any questions for Victoria on this?
I wish they show that picture of him, or if we could just cover up his face and show the bullets on the carpet.
Yeah, I just don't know how how YouTube will react to that, So it's just I did put the plane up. I put the other picture you showed here, and then if anybody wants to see that picture, just email it to me, and then maybe we can ask after they see it tomorrow or something. And
I could go in and edit it and just cut a piece of the carpet off, showing the brass shells laying on top of it. It'll basically just be red with shells laying on top of it.
Okay, as long as it's not too if it's not that gory, yeah.
See, if he had been dead when they breached the room, when he fell, the shells he had already fired would have been spent and already hit the carpet. And when he killed himself and fell on that carpet and the blood was running from him, it would have covered those brass shells that had been fired. It wasn't. Those shells were fired after they breached the room and he was dead.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so
it's just
Sassy Darcy says, I don't get it. Somebody needs to explain it in layman's terms.
Well, nobody wants to. I pressed and pressed. I did a lot of postings on Facebook about it. And, on other social media sites and in the columns. I was a moderator and commentator in a lot of the journals that came out, and I did a lot of commenting and, debating it on social media back then. And I think a lot of people are scared to touch it because they took a truck up and took all those magazines. That room had great big huge columns all the way through the 3 rooms. It was 2 bedrooms, 2 living rooms, 2 baths, and a kitchen in that suite. It took the whole end of that building. They took the truck up on the cargo elevator to get all that ammunition up there and all those guns. I mean, that room was full of guns. And they said that he took a hammer and knocked that window out. No way. Those windows are built to withstand hurricane force wind. And you can't hardly even shoot through one of those windows. There's no way anybody knocked it out with a hammer. I've stayed in that same suite, not on that floor, but in that same corner suite. I've stayed in them 3 times. I bought a condo in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have been out there extensively. And those rooms are huge. I mean, one half of my house, if I had to run from one half to the middle part of my house, there's no way I could shoot from 2 different windows, and I'm an experienced shooter.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just running back and forth and changing the magazines, it's just no way. And I still say it's a conspiracy. When I found out that plane was sold to a holding company, Voltaire LLC, and then found out that Obama is part owner of Voltaire LLC, everything started clicking in place. This is a high up crime.
Okay, and let's see. Sorry said, what is your connection with Homeland Security? Can you just tell them?
I'm licensed through the Department of Criminal Justice Service. I have a bachelor's degree in criminal justice, and I'm licensed through Department of Criminal Justice. And if you had a license at the time of 9/11, you were automatically made a member of Homeland Security. And once you're a member of Homeland Security, you can never get off. If they call you into service, you have to go. You have to do what they tell you to do. So when they called me, and told me, this is your assignment, we want you to do this, they don't pay you or anything. They tell you what to do, and you better do it or you'll lose your license and everything else. They can fine you because you're licensed and you sign a contract with them. So that's my relationship with Homeland Security. I worked as an emergency screener at the airport here until they got TSAs trained. So, and I also worked for U.S. Air in security for a while. So I have a lot of extensive security work and investigation. But I would have loved to go to Vegas and investigated this. And, there were a lot more people found dead than the ones that were shot on that strip. There were other hotels that were on lockdown. Okay, any other questions? Or anybody can, if anybody's got any questions, they can send them to me or you, and I'll try to get them together and answer them. I have the report. I have all of my notes from those 4 days. And so, if anybody has any questions, but if anybody lives in Vegas or followed that or was at that concert, they're going to know something else was going on.
Okay.
That was horrible. That was horrible.
Well, yeah, I definitely agree. That was horrible. Yeah, definitely. I mean, that was the aftermath of that, and it's people, and not something you ever want to happen again. So, and people had, oh my gosh, yeah, that was just heart-wrenching. So, all right, well, thanks for coming on. And
Kara wrote, the blood was also dried on the carpet. Now, it was gel, Kara, on the carpet. When they breached the room, the blood had gelled on the carpet. However, the spent brass shell casings were on top of the gel blood, which meant they had to be fired after Paddock hit the floor and the blood gelled.
Okay.
So that's just one point I'd like to make. I just saw that on my chat. So if anybody else wants to, has anything to say, let me know. And if I had been in Vegas, I would have been at that concert. I would have stayed at Mandalay Bay, and I would have been there. And but for the grace of God, go I. But I wish it had been me instead of a lot of young people that had to die. Okay. Love you all. Have a good night.
Love you. Good night.
Enjoy the day. Okay. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye. Okay. Yeah. I'm not going to get into political stuff. I just have people come on and I don't know. I try not to take things in political things. So don't. I don't know. Anyway, let me go back to the podiatrist. So she went into the BMW dealership. Winter, we try not to do that, but sometimes I'm not sure where something's going to go. So, okay. So, did you guys, do I need to do the recap where we are? Let's talk about feet. I'll just give a quick synopsis because okay, we have this quick synopsis for those of you that missed the beginning of this. We had Bernstein the Bernsteins. Okay, Ira, who's a podiatrist in Ramapo, New York, which is right on the border of northern New Jersey, very close to where I grew up. He was married to a woman named Susan. Their marriage went south. It went south in a bad way, but neither wanted to divorce because there were, so many monetary issues, and Susan wasn't going to do that. Neither was Ira, so they decided to go their separate ways. They were going to live apart. They were going to be married still, right? But then Ira, he still has his practice. He's taking care of the Ramapo Police Department. They're saying he's one of the best podiatrists they've ever been to. He's taking great care of their feet and everything. But there's a 35-year-old who's a mortician who comes in, and Ira really likes taking care of her feet. In fact, they start a relationship up. Susan gets wind of it, and Susan's leaving messages, Betty Broderick style. I know you're in Florida with your girlfriend, blah, 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 blah. And he's saying, I'm here with my mother. What the heck is wrong with you, right? They're going back and forth with this stuff. Still, they're going to continue to be married. But now, Kelly, that's the mortician's name, she wants something more with Ira, right? But Susan is not going to give him a divorce. She is not giving him a divorce. And believe me, if she did give him a divorce, she would be taking him and raking him right over those coals. So now the next best thing Ira and Kelly decide is that maybe they need to take Susan out of the picture entirely. Now, Kelly had an accident when she was younger. Now I'm back to where I was, okay? And she hit and killed someone while she was driving, but she wasn't charged because it was deemed an accident. She grew up, became a mortician, went into the podiatry practice, met Ira, and that's where she is now. So she decides to try to find a hitman to kill Susan, right? Okay. So she propositions like 3 people, and they can't help her. They can't find her, anyone, to do it. So she goes into a BMW dealership. And there's this guy there. His name is Mackenzie. Okay. Big guy. And she starts talking to him. And I don't know whether somebody put her in there, or she said she knew him from somewhere, that he might be able to help her. But anyway, Mackenzie starts listening to her a little bit, okay? And she's saying that she needs someone to kill her boyfriend's wife. So he yeses her, but then he goes to the police, okay? 4 people were contacted if they knew a hitman or if they could do it. None of the first 3 went to the police, but Mackenzie, this BMW salesman, goes to the police. And the police work with this guy. And they say, look, let's see, we'll wire your car, okay? We'll put a camera in your car. We'll put a wire in there. We'll record this, and we'll see what's going on. So she has something like 10 car meetings with this guy, okay? And Ira gets in the car too at some points. But Ira's really careful about what he says. And Ira notices this little spy camera in the outlet in the back of the car. And so he's like, what is this? And Mackenzie thought, wow, I could be killed or something, right? So he says, don't worry, Matt. It's just, I'm a salesman with a souped up car, and that's something that my kids plug their devices into. Yeah. He was a little on edge because he didn't know if Ira bought that excuse, right? So now they decide to give Mackenzie a test, okay, before they put him on the case, and they were going to pay him $100,000. They actually negotiated down to $100,000 from $200,000 to kill his wife, to kill Susan. Kelly was also giving him pointers, and you know what one of her pointers was? Don't make it look like a robbery or anything like that. Just make it look like an accident. Like if you're driving a car and you accidentally hit someone, and don't leave the scene. Don't leave the scene. You stay right there, and then it's all done. As long as you make it look like an accident. Now they're saying, hey, maybe we need to look into who she killed and why she would come up with this. Okay, because is it just irony that she really did accidentally kill someone, but then thought, hey, that's a good plan to use for a backup if I ever need to pull that out of my arsenal? Or was it someone that, she planned to kill? But we're not going to even get into that part of it yet. So she's meeting with him multiple times. Ira's meeting. Ira's walking a thin line, not really saying, I want you to kill my wife. So he never says that, in fact. And they decide to give this Mackenzie a test, and they say, listen, we need to know you're legit. So we've got 2 insurance adjusters that are giving Ira a hard time, okay, at the podiatry practice for insurance fraud, okay? And we need you to go rough those guys up a little bit, okay? So now this Mackenzie's thinking like, great, I got to rough these guys up. So he goes to the police, and the police get these insurance adjusters, and they get somebody that does movie makeup, and they make these guys look like they got beat up, and they take professional photos of these guys. And these 2 Einsteins, when Mackenzie goes back with the photos and shows them to Kelly, Kelly says, wow, these look like police photos, right? And but then she bought, like, he told her something and she like forgot about it. So then she texts in her phone, because it was yes, it means like go and do the hit. Well, of course he wasn't going to do it because he was by the police, but they had enough to arrest her, right, on conspiracy of murder, but they still didn't have quite enough on him. But they got them both in, put them in different interrogation rooms. They did something else, though, okay? They wanted to make her really uneasy. So they kept telling her that he's not copping up to this. He said it's all you. You have to find out what's going on. Why didn't he see? You're going to have to get him to say something that he wanted this hit, blah, 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 right? And let me see here. So they get Mackenzie, who she still thinks is a hitman. She doesn't know that he ratted to the police, right? They get him to be in a position in the police station where they're being interrogated, that she would see him and not know why he's there. So when she would walk by, she'd see him and think, oh my gosh, they got the hitman. We're done for, right? Well, she got so frightened, she wet her pants, okay? And then she says that, listen, we never intended to do this. This hitman pushed them and pushed them. You don't know how pushy he was. We were just inquiring. We weren't going to do this. Then this guy got a hold of this, and he was like, no, I want the $100,000. You're doing this. And if you don't do it, I'm feeding you to the alligators. And so the police were like, what? First of all, how is he going to feed you to the alligators in New York, New Jersey? You're not in Florida. And then he's not really a hitman. So they knew she was lying, right? So she kept going on. And they were in jail for a few days. But then Ira bails himself out, right? But he doesn't bail her out. And she's stewing in there for like 4 months. He lets her sit in jail. And the whole time they're telling her, oh, Ira's out. He's having a blast. He might be moving back in with his wife. They might be settling up things. Ira's throwing you under the bus. They're doing everything to get her to, say that something that he was involved in this. Okay, so now she gets out. And guess what? she goes and moves right in that very day with Ira, while she's being a witness for the police, because she finally said, okay, when they told her Ira's like living it up, maybe going back to his wife, she agreed to work with them for a lesser charge, right? Okay. But when she got out, she moved in with Ira. So now they said, well, how is she going to be your witness, but she's living with the guy? They said, well, they actually worked a little bit in our favor because, you know, she was giving us some information. Anyway, Ira decides to, let's see here. So Ira never gave the final go-ahead, right? Mackenzie is asked to set a final trap, and Mackenzie, Ira then says something at one point that says, if it comes from me, no, if it comes from Kelly, it came from me. That was all they had to get on the camera to get Ira on the conspiracy to murder. So then Ira decides to plead guilty, right? So he pleads guilty, and he gets, let me see, what was his sentence? Wasn't 5 to 15 years. And she, who's got the deal, she goes for, where's my paper on it? 3. She gets like 3 to 12. Not much of a reduced sentence, right? He gets 5 to 15. No, and she gets 4 to 12 in exchange for her testimony. Okay. That sounds like quite a deal that she cut there, right? Okay. But the kicker is, Susan and Ira, they're still married. Okay? And interesting, right? Botched podiatry hit in Ramapo, New York. Oh, I covered that one, FoxyBot. I did cover that case, yes, because that they thought that the husband was eaten by crocodiles, and meanwhile the best friend and the wife plotted and killed him, and it was, I think, 18 years until they found him, and then that was just this past winter. Yep. The guy couldn't live with the best friend couldn't live with the guilt anymore. The marriage was falling apart, and he pleaded guilty. He testified, and the wife was found guilty. This podiatry thing, I think it happened in, oh boy, let me see if I can get my date on this. Let's see. Let me see if I show you a picture too. They were just sentenced this fall, I believe. Let me see when this one was, the whole plot. It was probably 2016, 2017, but they were just sentenced in the fall of 2018. Excuse me, 2017. 2017 is when they were sentenced, I'm sorry. And it happened, I believe it was 2016. But yeah, let me see if I can get her. I had her pictures. I had their pictures up here. Yeah, 2016. Ira. Let me see if I can get Ira's picture down here. My computer doesn't want to save. It's doing something. Oh, here now. It's finally working. Okay, good. This is Ira. Come on, Ira. No, those those are ballpoint pens. That's not Ira. Hold on. I thought we saved Ira's. Hold on. I'll get you Ira. Okay, this is Ira. That's Ira. And I'll show you Kelly. That's Kelly. She's also known as Heidi Morris. She was raised in a secular home and became religious at age 21. She claimed that Judge Sherry Eisenpress of Rockland County Family Court favored her ex-husband to maintain her 3 children's religious upbringing. She was going through a divorce. She was just divorced and had been through a contentious custody battle. I forgot to tell you guys that one. Her custody battle with her former husband made major headlines in the Jewish Week. She's a former Hasidic Jew from Muncie, New York, who claimed her former husband abused her. Okay? So that's another little twist there. That's Ira. And those are the pens that have nothing to do with this story at all. Okay? And his insurance nightmares, want to hear another little twist? In 2014, he forked over $775,000 to a Nyack, New York woman after a botched bunion surgery on her feet when she was 16. The woman is now a teacher and apparently cannot stand without pain. So he had a lot of insurance issues, and that's why they told him to rough up those guys, because he had insurance fraud. He had a lot of stuff going on. So he's no angel there in any sense of the word. But yeah, it's an interesting case if you want to. I think I'll probably do a more in-depth video on it, but I just wanted to bring that out tonight. Hold on one second. Jenny Jo said something. Oh, okay. So Brandon Clark, 21, is the New York man who is accused of killing 17-year-old Bianca Devins and then posting photos of her body on Instagram before trying to kill himself. Now, you say trying to. Was he not successful? So I actually saw this guy's picture today. I probably saw it and did not read it. Hang on. I'll show you his picture. So this is 21-year-old Brandon Clark. And thankfully, most media outlets are not publishing the gruesome photos or linking to them. Instagram eventually took them down. And they were up for several hours, though. Clark has been charged with second-degree murder. He was continuing to post stories to his Instagram when Utica police were holding him at gunpoint. Some members of social media sites like 4chan or incel community pages have been celebrating Clark and praising him for killing Devins. Oh, that's wonderful. Utica police said one of the rumors that they were hearing is that this was a stalking incident. There was a relationship. She met with him willingly. They attended a concert in the New York City area. Police said that they met in person 2 months ago. Her family had also met him, according to Devin's sister. Clark, who uses the name Brandon Kowalski, is from Cicero, New York, and he had posted about his plans to die by suicide on social media on July 14th, just hours before Devins was killed. Police have not released a motive for the murder, but say that it is being investigated as a possible domestic incident. Devin's sister said on Instagram that Clark was a family friend and was not Bianca's internet boyfriend, as some social media rumors have indicated. Okay, and police officially identified Brandon Andrew Clark and Bianca Devins as the suspect and the victim in the homicide on Monday. Clark has not yet been charged with the investigation into the killing by Utica Police Department is ongoing. The homicide gained local attention Sunday morning because the crime scene delayed the start of the Boilermaker road race. But on social media, the graphic images posted on Instagram by the suspect began to spread quickly. The photos have since been taken down from the suspect's Instagram page, but have been reposted elsewhere. And the victim, Bianca Devins, let me show you her photo. It's there, and tragic story. And let's see, Bianca Devins' family issued a statement saying, "We are very grateful for the outpouring of love and sympathy we have received from our friends, family, Bianca's friends, and the whole community. Your prayers helped to strengthen us through this difficult time." Bianca, age 17, was a talented artist, a loving sister, daughter, and cousin, and a wonderful young girl taken from us all too soon. She is now looking down on us as she joins her cat, Belle, in heaven. Bianca's smile brightened our lives. She will always be remembered as our princess. Bianca graduated from T.R. Proctor High School this past June. She was looking forward to attending MVCC Mohawk Valley Community College in the fall. The investigation into the homicide is ongoing. Investigators are looking into whether jealousy led to the killing. And the belief is that she kissed someone else at the concert, and that's what upset him. Oneida County District Attorney Scott McNamara told a news station, "I have a very hard time understanding how anyone can justify taking another young person's life because they kissed someone else." McNamara added, "The headline is out there, boyfriend kills girlfriend, and posts photograph on social media, and most people think the investigation is complete and it's over and done with, but there's still a whole lot to figure out. In this case, a lot of it's background on both individuals. Speaking to people that knew them both, Utica Police Lieutenant Brian Coramato told news stations that he's trying to understand their relationship, what the mindset of each person in the relationship was. We're trying to see if it was pre-planned or if it's something that just happened." McNamara said, "Under the law, there's something called extreme emotional disturbance. It doesn't negate the crime, but it mitigates it. What I mean by that is it doesn't make it so you're not guilty. It just reduces the level of crime, so it would knock it from murder to manslaughter in the first degree. The Utica Police Department takes the offenses and claims of domestic violence seriously. We seek to be at the forefront in assisting victims and their families and preventing these acts from occurring. We ask the public that if you or someone you know is affected, please contact the Utica Police Department at 315-735-3301 and ask for the Domestic Violence Unit." Okay, so here's another photo. Let me see here. So the Utica police began searching for Brandon and Bianca after receiving a call from a concerned family member at 7 a.m. on Sunday morning, July 14th. Police have not said if the caller was a relative of Clark or Devins. And we got a call from one of the parents that was concerned about some things that were occurring in the relationship at this point, Utica Police Lieutenant Brian Coramato said. At this point, that call with what occurred is still under investigation, so we have nothing further to release at that point. Police were able to locate Clark and the crime scene near an SUV on Post Street about 7:30 a.m. It's not clear how they were able to find him. Utica police and Clark told officers he was suicidal and had killed his girlfriend and he was going to harm himself with a knife. Police were able to stop Clark and take him into custody, but he suffered significant cuts and lacerations. Bianca was then found dead next to the SUV, police said. A police spokesman said a sharp object was used to kill her, but no other details have been released. The Instagram photos of Bianca's body showed stab and slash wounds to her neck and throat, but she was not decapitated, as rumors had indicated. Clark was taken to St. Elizabeth campus of the Mohawk Valley Health Systems and was in surgery Sunday morning. Police told Syracuse.com that Clark slit his own throat. He remained in critical condition early Monday, but was later upgraded to serious condition and eventually released later Monday and was taken to the Oneida County Jail. He was arraigned on the second-degree murder charge, and police say other charges could also be filed. So, let's see. I wonder what concert they went to here. It is believed they had some sort of argument that ensued at the concert that precipitated the following engagement between the two. Sometime during the early morning hours of July 14th, the two arrived back in Utica and proceeded to the Post Street location. The investigation revealed that the argument progressed until the male produced a large black-handled knife that he used to inflict the injuries that caused her death. He changed his Instagram profile to read 10/6/1997 to 7/14/19. Just know that I feel no pain now, is what he said. And Clark signed off with, anyways, remember to subscribe to PewDiePie. There's a lot of information, but there's a lot they still have to find out regarding that. But I will definitely catch up with that because it is not far from, to me, it's closer to Charlene. Charlene, did you know about that? Charlene usually is like spot on this stuff. Maybe she sent me a message in Slack and I didn't see it. Maybe I've been slacking. Where's my and now I think maybe we've had enough of that. And it's time for a fun caller. To lighten up the mood a little bit, maybe? And no time, there may be a special message for you. I'm not sure. Okay, now you should have something in response to the 7 minutes. Joanne. You know, Ivy Lynn, you're going to kill me. I didn't because I did that page turning ASMR because everybody was asleep, and I'm surprised the ice maker behaved. It didn't do any freaky noises while I was doing that. some concerts in New York City were canceled because of the blackout, like J-Lo. Yeah, I heard that, Ivy Lynn. I heard that. But my daughter said, like Brooklyn wasn't affected, and depending on where the concert was, and which one it was, I don't know where it was or what. Years ago, there was a guy with a shoe foot fetish. He would force women to take off their shoes, smell them. Oh, I think I remember that. I do remember that. I think, yeah. Will I do my puppet? Which one? You mean Maria? I have to find Maria. I think or do you want the donkey? You want the donkey to make a small appearance? The donkey can make a small appearance. Maria, I have to go and get. I will get Maria, I promise you. I know where she is, but I know where she is, what floor she's on. I just have to go through all the stuff that we packed away when we moved out of the house. But maybe the donkey can just come in and say hi for a few minutes. Okay, too, Scooter? Let's see if the donkey is available. Mr. Donkey, are you available? He wants to eat the cat. And the cat's over there. You have a poor sense of direct. There you go. No, you can't eat the cat. No. Nice donkey. Uh-oh. Oh, there's Joanne. Say hi to Joanne. The donkey's saying hello to you.
Oh, hi. Here's a story for you, Mr. Donkey.
Oh, look, there you are. Look. Oh, he likes that. He needs a girlfriend. He likes that one over there on that. Is that a girl, he hopes?
Here's a story about Peanut and Celeste.
Oh, you like Celeste? He says she looks pretty mighty fine. He said.
Let me
like the pudding. He said mighty fine like the chocolate pudding. He says, oh, he said Joanne's got to put her YouTube on mute. Oh, okay. Joanne has to put her YouTube on mute?
I did.
Oh, you did? Okay, she did.
Okay, now I have to click something so I get the picture back. Here we go.
Okay, good. He's glad you did that.
I minimized it, and I minimized Zoom to go close the other folder. I'm so challenged here electronically.
Right, yeah.
Let's see. Usually I just click things until I get to where I need to be. Here we go. True crime, hide video, mute my audio, stop the video, exit, minimize. There we go. Now we're back. Exit, minimize.
Okay.
Hey, did you name your donkey puppet?
No, I haven't named. Yeah, maybe the Rambler should send in a name for the donkey puppet. Do you want to? You can send in name ideas for the donkey.
Well, according to this book, there's a donkey named Joe, Jove. Then we have the three amigos.
He's a boy. He's a boy because he likes Celeste. He likes Celestial. Yeah, he likes that donkey Celeste. He likes that donkey.
We have Topper, Chance, and Julie were found along a deserted stretch of highway in East Texas. No,
He
you
says
don't
that's
like
very
that?
sad. He says that's very sad. Deserted donkeys are not good.
How about Floyd?
No, he doesn't like the name Floyd.
Rawhide? Ernie? No.
He hates Ernie. He says it reminds him of Sesame Street, Ernie and Bert.
What about Peanut?
He says size matters and he's not a peanut.
How about the last but not least is Shadow?
He's looking at the chat and he says he likes the name Jack.
Really?
He does.
Well,
Who said the name Jack? Angel Callie.
huh.
Maybe Jack. I don't know. Jack. No, you can't say that. They'll think that's a curse. No.
I didn't have time to know that I was going to be on the TV.
Oh yeah, and you had to get dolled up and stuff?
So going to our crafts, I know Jeff, random guy Jeff, is going to do the painting.
I know.
Is it Mama Ames?
Mama Ames. Oh, I got to tell Mama Ames, I found some of my jute out in my shed. Can you believe it? In my craft box. I found it. Wasn't even looking for it, Mama. Now I just need that nautical rope and I'm all set.
And I'm supposed to, I'm going to wait until like Jeff does his thing, July 20, whatever.
28th, yeah.
And then Mama Ames will do hers, and they'll probably be real professional and have like lots of people, and it'll be like, they'll make really nice things. And I'll just have like a
Sock puppets.
So if anybody, I think one person I found in that Slackers.
Yeah, that wants to do sock puppets?
Yeah.
Oh, I will do sock puppets.
So I could like send her a little bit, so we each have a little pineapple on our sock puppet.
Very cute.
Or
Sock
we could
puppets,
cut
pineapples.
a piece and make it like a tongue.
I've seen them use two different socks, and they make this like, well, it's not a puppet, it's actually a plush. But that other thing that I made sock puppets, they use two socks. You could use one like a shirt, and then put a white sock underneath it. So you could use the pineapple one as clothes.
Well, I think the one we're all the most familiar with is the sock monkey.
The sock monkey, yeah.
Brown and white with the little red on the heel, and they make the sock monkey. That's a very popular thing.
Yeah. Okay. Jack, we're gonna roll the videotape for no time.
For no time.
Yeah. Okay.
Excellent.
Say goodbye, Jack. Jack's saying goodbye to everybody. We got to roll the videotape. Maybe he'll be back later.
His mouth big and wide so you can see the pink in his mouth. That's real funny. Yeah, that one. That one's funny. Like he looks like he's going. Hee-haw.
Jimmy still says I'm doing his mouth wrong, but I haven't had Jimmy demonstrate it yet. But okay, bye, Jack. Okay, he's very huggy. So all right, you're gonna go back down to your little bed over there. Okay, there he goes. Oh, what a good donkey. All right, let me get the videotape. No time. Pay attention. All right, let me see here. Okay, I'm going to move this over. No, I have to just go on YouTube, right? Just hit the little YouTube button when it starts playing. Hang on. Come on. Okay, hit YouTube.
Okay, I hope the volume is better on this one.
Okay, hang on. Okay, this is it. Yeah, come on over here. Come on over here.
Yeah, on the dog surgery, nobody could hear me because the tablet was all the way across the room.
Hang on. Okay. There we go.
And you can see the pineapple cover.
Oh, yeah.
And I hope you can see. I'm just going to
can.
put this up. I'm going to be roving.
Well, now we're going like, wow. Ooh. Oh, I see the donkeys.
Camera.
There we go. There are the
We
donkeys.
have the little book of donkeys. Now, they didn't spell that correctly, and I apologize for that. There's just no excuse
Boy, it says donkeys.
for that.
It's spelled correctly for me. That's how you pronounce it, donkeys.
We have our delightful
Pineapples.
pineapple motif,
Lovely.
our delightful big dog in the big dog bed,
Oh,
little dog
big dog, little dog. Like,
who's now being medicated, the beautiful female. And there's Gunner.
There's
Say hi to your
Gunner.
fans.
hi,
It's all
Gunner.
about Gunner.
It's all about Gunner.
In no time.
And no time.
So let me see what I can do here.
Okay.
No time.
No time left for fooling.
No Time made a very, very generous
Generous.
one-time Patreon.
Okay, just wait a second. Are we gonna play? I can't. You're not gonna play that song, right? Because are we playing a song, Joanne?
The song is slowed down, so it will be unnoticed.
Oh, is it? You think so?
Yep,
Okay.
we're gonna pull it off.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll talk loud.
29 and then changed it to $137.
Who did?
That
What's the
pays off the
137?
$78
No Time's
left
donation
on the
on
July-August
Patreon.
capsules.
He gave you $137.
One time, sure.
Leaving a
Terrific.
balance of
Good going, No Time.
$59 for
Good
Gunner.
going, No Time. You're the
Good
man.
job. Good job. No time. That's so there's Joanne sitting down on the pineapples.
July and August.
Oh boy, that chair! I thought I was going to go back on you.
Donations to pay for all of Gunner's May and June medicine.
And did we cut off your head, or is your head cut off? Your head is cut off, right?
As you
Well,
know,
see, that's the thing when you get up and walk away from the
Oh, I thought
camera.
I was cutting off your head.
actually like the 7th.
No, that's just me in my Tinkerbell pajamas, and my dog's around me. Look at little Joey.
No money owed
Who's
on
got
it.
the squeaky toy?
Donated money.
Is that Joey?
I'm gonna ask you,
Joey's, I think he's messing around with my pajama leg.
paid for.
Oh, okay.
Joey's the one that just stays near me. Like, all he does is like standing attached to me with Velcro.
Oh, okay. What's that on your knee? Is that a dog?
There we go.
That's Tinkerbell.
Oh, that's Tinkerbell on your knee?
About it, and I
Okay.
thought,
With,
$59
butterflies.
left over.
Oh, okay. You look like a.
Yeah, it's a little Tinkerbell on my knee, left knee with blue butterfly pattern.
Oh, okay. I see the butterflies. I couldn't see Tinkerbell. I could see her on your shirt.
Sorry,
Yeah.
And now we got the donkeys.
have a puppet. But I
Oh,
just
the puppet,
called.
right. Yeah, you're talking about Jack.
And for everyone who did donate, I want to say,
Oh, look, that's the donation board. Look at that. Happy day. Janice, and then, ooh, we should give all those people a shout out there. Maybe you have that board. You can come on and give them a shout out.
Sure.
Okay. That went too fast for me.
Equal to
You're doing some high math there. That's the new math on the calculator.
$244
244
for my dentist, and that'll be a good thing.
from a dentist.
Well, see, if I don't have to pay for the medicine, then I can instead.
Oh, you can give that to your dentist and get your dental work right.
I have one.
Yeah.
It's written down
That's good.
somewhere.
Dental work
I'll
is
figure
good.
it out. Don't worry. Okay, we have a balance of $59. I'll throw this away while I have it in my hand.
Uh-oh, the pineapple thing went off.
I hope you can hear
Yeah, we can hear. I'm just worried about you on that chair. It looks a
But guess
little
who?
scary.
singing No
It-
Time Left for You.
No time, right.
Joey's got the big toy.
Joey's got the big
Joey.
toy.
So with a $59,
Joey was a real ham last night.
Oh, so what you're saying, you had $59 left over?
that No Time
Yeah.
And so you got this package here, right here?
really appreciates.
Yeah, I ordered Gunner his own special dog bed.
Oh, look at that, no time.
We,
Because Gunner's got that really distended abdomen.
Yeah.
we went online to shop.
And it's not a question of him being like 7 pounds overweight.
Uh-huh.
the Cushing's disease affects the abdominal wall muscles. So he doesn't have like the abdominal wall muscles to hold all that in. So it all sags underneath them.
Mm-hmm.
Another telltale sign of Cushing, and when I did the video on giving Gunner a bath, you can see, his hair growth is totally abnormal too for a dog.
So
I just
Gunner
thought
got a
everything
dog
about
bed.
the dog was abnormal. To me it was obvious that he had a problem.
Compete for it, and Gunner gets it
No.
sometimes.
Oh, so now Gunner has his own bed now.
Aren't you, girl?
Yeah. And that'll make him feel really good because his belly, he likes to lay it on a cool surface.
Mm-hmm.
And like sometimes I put like
Thank you,
just a damp cloth, a
Sent you an
damp,
email.
wring it out really good so there's not much liquid. And then of course the belly rub, he really likes the belly rub.
Reply on Patreon
And
yet.
feel better if I touch him in certain places.
I couldn't exit out. So
Yeah. Oh, so you're saying you're going to reply to him on Patreon, but thank you? Yeah? Is that what you said?
Then
Think
I
so.
sent him an email.
Oh, you did? Okay, good.
telling
Yeah.
you to shut up. Is that
I
in the
sent him an
video?
email and a
Oh, are you addressing that you told him to shut up?
Yeah, when did I tell him to shut up?
I think you told him to
Joanna,
maybe
great
be
answer.
quiet and act like a big boy or something.
That doesn't sound right.
Hmm.
Maybe I said it on a video, because on a video I'm not usually thinking about what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I let it. Yeah, you were probably joking. Uh-oh, what's happening with the dog?
They hear thunder.
Oh, thunder. So they wouldn't like the ASMR, right? No, not at all. They would not like it. No way.
The other night you guys were all talking about giving dogs Benadryl and stuff, and
Oh, are you shutting the video off now?
probably.
What's going on? Oh, yes, okay.
Well, after the dogs got excited, I had to leave because
Oh, okay.
I have to tend to my family.
All right, so let me get that off now. Now, do you want to say anything? You want to show that board? And
Sure.
oh, and No Time wrote back to you.
Oh, I know where the board is.
Casbot said, "Take his punishment like a man." Oh boy.
Okay.
Okay, so we have Janice. Okay, and Malk, right? Brandy. Is that Brandy?
Beasley,
Oh, Beasley. Okay.
and then first initial M, last name Rock.
Is it M Rock? Okay, not M Hank, right?
No, it's M Rock.
Okay, M Rock.
then
Mandy Hall, right?
M.A. Hall,
Mm-hmm. Mandy Hall.
and then Linda. Remember the goldfish? She did the poem on the goldfish.
Linda, yes, how lovely.
And
And
then,
Marianne, is that? Oh, manager of Three Monsters.
mhm.
Excellent.
And then the other one, it just,
KS,
yeah.
yeah. And
Kristen,
oh, yeah, oh, I know who. Kristen, yes, the one that lives up by me. We may meet together and go to Ollie's together or something. That would be fun, right?
and then, do you see where it says you're awesome?
You're awesome. You're all awesome. And then No Time.
And then No Time, see, that's the first donation via Patreon, because Joanne Dallas has a YouTube channel, and so does Great Auntie Schmida.
Oh, okay. And
So I can, if I want to do a really crazy funny video, I can just load it up, upload it to YouTube under Great Auntie Schmida, and then I might want to be kind of normal and give a dog a bath, I can just be Joanne Dallas. But the crazy running around the backyard, I usually blame that on Schmida.
Schmida, yeah.
She gets all the blame.
Okay, so that was nice. And now Gunnar got the new bed.
Yeah, so it's like other people donated money to pay for his May and June, because it comes for a 60-day supply. The 2 months consisting of May and June 2019 were paid for by donation instead of coming out of my checking account. And then the July and August, I just got, so, I mean, it's only like the 3rd week of July. So he's good for another whole month,
Good.
And so, it's kind of like I got my money back that I spent, and so now having that money back, I can put it toward the dentist, and I got an appointment with her on the last Monday of this, and it's a 90-minute appointment, so that's bad if they're gonna, an hour and a half, but she'll give me that gas.
Oh yeah, the nitrous oxide.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you'll be laughing up a storm in there.
Well, I don't know. I just kind of like you start breathing it, and you know how there's always like an assistant with the dentist.
I've never had gas at the dentist. They never even try to bring that out with me. I don't know.
The dentist, she's a very pretty. I think she's Chinese. I mean, she's American. She's freaking American.
Right.
As American as you and I, and she just looks Chinese. And so she'll be on my right, and I'll be in the recliner chair, right? And I always tell them, put me way back so that my feet will be up, my back is more comfortable.
Oh, yeah, you like to be way back down there?
I like to be way down.
Yeah.
And then the other lady that does the suction and hands the instrument, she's on the left. And so I usually take like something to support myself, like, God, can I even say that? Like a stuffed animal? Because if I have something
you can say it. Yeah, you
I
bring
have
a
something
stuffed
to hold
animal.
on to, and so I mean, all my life, no dentist has ever said, "Hey, we have options. We could pre-medicate you and give you a pill that you take at home and have somebody drive you, or you can have this oxide gas." And so it's really funny because after you inhale it for a little bit, like I think like I'm normal, I feel normal, and I'm carrying on a conversation, but then those two start laughing at each other.
Yeah.
So I know that I must be off, and they're thinking, oh, getting a little loopy here.
Yeah.
And then you're just it's kind of like you took a little nap and you wake up, and then they've switched places.
Oh, you probably started with that giggling, that giggling you do? That giggling, that giggling you can't control. How do you giggle? Then they're trying to work in your mouth, and you must be giggling, and they must be like, they have that big thing that spreads your mouth open that you can't close it. I hate that thing. Do you hate that? I hate that.
Bite block?
No, yeah, they have to put that metal thing in there, and it goes around your teeth, and it holds your mouth open, and you can't close your mouth if you wanted to.
No, she doesn't use that on me.
Yeah, well, they use it on you if you get in a root canal or something, and then you have the assistant, and she's got that straw thing, right, that keeps supposed, so you don't have to swallow. And I don't know what it is, but as soon as they start that, I feel like I have to swallow. So then I'm like, okay, I'm just testing. Hold on a minute, right? Let me swallow once, and I'll be fine. And she's like, no, I have it with this. I feel like I have to swallow. And then she gets like kind of annoyed, but then she forgets. You ever have one that forgets to kill? And I'll go get it. And then I just have an overwhelming thing that I've got to swallow. And then if he goes, if this hurts, put your hand up. So then I've got to test that too. Like if it hurts, hold my hand up. Then I'm expecting it to hurt, right? So it's like, I'm just testing to see if you notice. I should bring the donkey maybe. And then, just test. I don't like, if it hurts, just put your hand up. Or they say, I think I've numbed you enough, right? Have you ever had this one? I think you're numb enough. If you're not and it hurts, just put your hand up. That's never a good thing.
That's because the dentist doesn't want to be like drilling on you and like you rear up out of the seat and like deck him or something.
Right, but he's like, I think you're numb enough. Don't think I'm numb enough. Give me more than enough. Okay, and then be like, you're more than numb, okay? But when you said, I think you're numb enough, I think it's good to start, that scares the pants off me. And then he's like, okay, well, if it's not, just put your hand up. Well, I don't want you to hit my nerve, and I'm like in excruciating pain, and then why do I have to go through that?
Well, after that, I get numbed up. They poke at you a little bit. They're like, "Can you feel this? Can
And
you
I go
feel
like that. I can a little bit, and they're like, "Well, we
You're
think you're
probably
numb enough.
imagining it
Yeah,
too.
you're numb enough. If it hurts, just put your hand up."
Because like half your nose will get all like your
Yeah.
nose.
Oh, are you numb here? I'm like, well, not really. I could still feel a little bit here. Then when I go out of there, you know what I noticed? The Novocaine is much different now. This is bad. This is bad. Like as a kid, as a teenager, having dental work, like right after Novocaine, I went out. There was no difference in the way I talked. They must use some different Novocaine now. I'll never forget when I had Ethan. Then I had to get a root canal afterwards. You know how some people said you have a baby, you lose a tooth or something like they always said that thing, right? Well, it was almost always true, but so I had to get this dental work. I had to get a root canal, and he was a little baby, like 4 months or something. And anyway, after we had the dental work done, Jimmy was with me. We went to this music store where I know and he knows the people really well. And the older brother is a lovely guy, but he's rest in peace now. He died of brain cancer, but he was there and he was all excited to see me with the baby. He had not seen the baby. And so I walked in there and I felt like I was talking okay. Like sometimes you feel like you're talking okay, and sometimes with the Novocaine, you know you're not talking okay. But this time I really felt like I was talking okay. And Jimmy was so embarrassed because he said it looked so bad that he said, Carolyn, I didn't know what to say because you hadn't seen them in so long. Because I used to work next door, okay? So he knew me for a long time. And I went in there and I was like, Cliff, how are you guys doing? Look at the baby. But Jimmy said my mouth was like, just like, it looked like I had a stroke. And so he knew that Cliff was looking at me like, oh my gosh, did Carolyn have a stroke? Right? He didn't know what to say. And then Jimmy's going, don't mind her, Cliff. She didn't have a stroke. She went to the dentist. And then I still didn't realize how bad it was. And I go, Jimmy, will you cut it out? It doesn't look that bad. So why do you have to keep bringing it up? I'm talking just fine. And I'm like, here's the baby. Look, Cliff, the baby's here. And Cliff's like, I'm just glad you didn't have a stroke, okay? But then I noticed after that, like I would go to the store and it wouldn't wear off. And then I would have to say, because I knew that it must look funny. I run into people and I go, I didn't have a stroke. I went to the dentist and they used this new Novocaine. It takes forever to wear off. Okay, but I don't remember that as a teenager or like in my 20s, and it's crazy. But
did you know that medically speaking, if you want to counteract the effects of the Novocaine, like you've come out of the dentist's office and you don't want that numb feeling.
Yeah.
I would rather the Novocaine stay there so I don't feel the tooth pain.
Yeah. What can you do to get rid of it?
You drink caffeine. You drink coffee or a soda or something. Caffeine will, it's like one overcomes the other.
I'm thinking of something that happened to my sister. Like this one dentist we knew because he was, we live in a small town and the dentist was on our school board and he was the father of one of my daughter's friends. He came to the birthday parties, knew him well, okay? It wasn't like a regular dentist stuff. So my sister was there and he was giving her Novocaine, right? And she was like, I don't know if I can feel it. So he gave her another shot and she said something felt really weird, right? And suddenly he goes, is your heart racing, right? So then my sister's, if somebody acts concerned like that, it can make you really she's like, yeah, why? What's wrong? She thought she was going to have a heart attack, right? So he's like, nothing, I hit a facial nerve. And she's like, well, what does that mean? You hit a facial nerve, right? It was something, she said it was so bad. He hit the facial nerve, her heart started racing, and ever since then, she didn't love going to the dentist before, but now they have to give her the gas like you do because she's petrified of that happening again because it really freaked her out. She thought she was having a heart attack. So now, yeah, she tells me she goes to a different dentist. Well, she can't go to him anyway. He moved to Arizona, but she goes to like an hour away to go to the special dentist that gives her the gas and stuff because I think she has like post-traumatic stress from that whole situation. But I remember when she was telling me, I was laughing because like she was laughing, but then it wasn't really funny when we thought about it. But it seemed funny, yeah. When you wake up, you're fun. They're laughing at my Novocaine story, yeah.
When you and Jimmy went after you had the baby, have a baby with the tooth.
Yeah.
Were you drooling?
No,
You so numb, like saliva was coming out your mouth.
No, but Jimmy just said my mouth was all twisted and I couldn't talk, like I wasn't speaking right, though I thought I was speaking right. He said, you looked like you had a stroke. He goes, like, Cliff's face was just like, oh my gosh, what happened to Carolyn? She must have had a stroke when she had the baby, right? Because that's what he thought. He told us after. He thought, like, oh my gosh, poor thing. I think that's what he said. Something like he gave the baby one of those shaker eggs, and the baby was little. He really didn't know what a shaker egg, but Cliff was just a nice guy, and Cliff gave it to. Yeah.
Can you ask the Ramblers, Mommy, if they want to see a Schmiede imitation of Carolyn under the effects of Novocaine?
Do you want to see a Schmiede imitation of Carolyn under the effects of Novocaine? Let's see. They're on slow chat, so you have to wait a second. Hey, Swifty. Yeah, they would like to.
Okay.
Are you going to put the little cape on? Let's see, you should be here because I have one of these. Let's look at this.
Here's the bib. No.
So you need one of these.
Here's Mommy with her, I have some red fluid here, people. Get that baby. Who gets the baby? Get that baby an egg.
That's probably what I look like, Joanne. Because Jimmy was like, just don't talk. That's what he told me. He goes like this, don't talk. And I said, Jimmy, that's so rude. I haven't seen Cliff in like 5-6 months or maybe a year, and you're not going to let me talk. And he goes, you look so bad when you are talking. He goes, you look atrocious. You look so scary. I wish Jimmy was here to relay the story. I'm going to have Jimmy relay the story because you guys might think I'm exaggerating. I'm not, and I was really mad at Jimmy because I said, why didn't you let me talk to Cliff? I haven't seen Cliff in so long. And he's like, listen, you looked so bad.
I had a tooth pulled one time in the military. And what happened was I was going on the outside to a... what do you call it? An orthodontist?
Mm-hmm.
Ones that put braces in?
Yeah, I had one. Yeah, I had braces. Yeah.
So here I am in my 20s, and I'm going to spend my money to get my teeth, done up. And so he writes a prescription that tells the military, because the military will pull them for free, right? It'll save me some money. So I go into the military dentist, and they know they're going to pull like 4 teeth to make room for these other, so that they can do braces and move my teeth around, make them straighter. Oh my God, the military, they just come at you with Novocaine, just like boom, 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 boom. And they had a corpsman like to hold my hand. And then at the very end, they wanted to go on the top of my mouth, like the roof of my mouth. And then he told me that. I was just like, oh my God, you're kidding. At that point, I'm just like traumatized from all the freaking Novocaine needles coming at me. And then he stuck it on the roof of my mouth, and I was like, oh, that was like really bad. So I leave, and I've got like gauze and everything, and they give me a prescription. I walk over to pharmacy. Well, all these people are standing in line at pharmacy. You've got active duty, you've got retired men, you've got dependent wives and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They're turning around in the line, and they're looking at me. They're looking at little old Joanne Poo, and they're going like, you can cut in front of me, you know, you let her out. And I'm thinking, wow, why is everybody being so nice to me? Well, I didn't know it because I couldn't even feel my face. I had like Dracula blood coming out my mouth, and I couldn't feel it. It's like dripping on my shirt, and everybody's averting their eyes. They can't stand to look at me. I give my prescription at the pharmacy window. Man, they rushed that order through real fast. All the little babies are crying. All the little kids are like grabbing their mommies and crying. So they give me my medication. I go back out to the parking lot, and this man, my neighbor, had driven me there, you know, and because they told me like you're going to need a ride. And so he drives me back to where I live, and he can't stand to look at me.
But see, I don't remember. I'm telling you, I had wisdom teeth pulled and everything, and I never had Novocaine that did what the new Novocaine is doing to my mouth. Now it's, I don't know whether they're injecting it like too far, like maybe when it was the wisdom teeth, it was so far back, it wasn't, I don't know what it is, or it's the new Novocaine, like the new mouth.
I get to where like my nose feels really, really fat.
Your lips, like I know your lips feel numb, and then your bottom of your chin is numb. Yeah. But I don't remember like it affecting my mouth like as it did.
Well, it's probably the last part. Like you got NOV, and then you got cane, and then if you think of cocaine, Novocaine, it's all coming from the same kind of thing, I guess. So maybe, you know, it's like or something. Maybe it's all.
I ever tell you the time I was taking a selfie, right? And I thought something was wrong with my mouth. I thought one side of my mouth was drooping, and I freaked out. I don't know why. I freaked out, and I said to Jimmy, "Oh my gosh, is something wrong with my mouth? When I smile, is one side drooping?" And you know what he says? Okay, I don't know. Let me see. Smile? Could you have Bell's palsy? That's what he says to me. That's what he says. He goes, you know, you could have Bell's palsy. And he goes, that happened to Drew Barrymore. That's what he tells me. It happened to Drew Barrymore. So I'm like, is one side of my mouth drooping? And he's like, I don't know. Let me see again. Smile. Now, if somebody's got to keep doing that, then that means, well, so then he's like, no, but I'm like, and then I'm like, look at the pictures, Jimmy. And I took like 97. I should put them on, like pictures to see if my mouth is drooping and all kinds of different smiles. And I'm like, look, doesn't it look like it's drooping in this picture? And he's like, I think it's just the lighting where you took it. Why don't you go out in the daylight on the porch and take a bunch of pictures? So I did. I took a bunch out there, and I finally got one where my mouth didn't look like it was drooping. But couldn't he tell me a lot sooner that I didn't have Bell's palsy? He always tells me that I might have Bell's palsy. He goes, you could have it because it happened to Drew Barrymore, but don't worry, it goes away. But that's exactly what he said. I saw Drew Barrymore, that's what he says, on some show, and she had it a while back. And yeah, it goes away, but it will make the side of your face droop one side, like you had a stroke.
Hey, oh, Carolyn, I forgot.
Yeah.
You know about the, seeing as how some of your subscribers and your fans, you know, might be interested in purchasing those Biscoff. They need to go to your Amazon affiliate link. It's underneath, like here's Carolyn's face, and there's that little blue thing, and you click on that, and then it comes up with, you know, PayPal, Patreon.
Well, I think it's right. Amazon is right under the video description. I think that's where it is.
Click on that, and then you go to Amazon. And what you do with those individually wrapped packages,
you take a scissor.
You take 10 of them, and then you cut the end off, you stick the cookie out. Boom, you do that, and you get your first 10, and you get your second 10, and then you take your plate of 10. They're already out of the wrappers, so you can just grind them.
Oh, yeah, because it's bad, like, because you're like there, then out, and even the kid. But it is good when you have humidity. They don't, you know, they stay nice and fresh in those.
Right, and
packages.
They're very portable. You can have a few in your purse, a few in your car, you know. But yeah. I'm just telling the ladies, I mean, we're going to keep it real. I'm not eating 3 of those things.
Right, they go down really fast, right? Don't
like
they?
5, 10, 15
and
at a time.
I know, and you know what it is? The individual wrappers really make you know how many you're eating, right? So you're like, oh crap.
you have to pick up the wrappers?
Yeah, or you're like, tearing into another, like maybe I'm supposed to stop it too, but you're like, no, they're so small and so thin, right? You can't. It doesn't even last a cup of coffee.
Did you know they're vegan?
Are they vegan?
They're vegan.
No.
Yes. Look at your shoebox. Look at your shoebox. You got the right box with the big.
Yeah, I got the same box you have, exactly.
We have the same boxes.
We have the same box.
I don't have the same cookie jars, but we got the same cookie box.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to put some in my dog, some of the cookies in there.
Yes, exactly. But you had your floral hoodie on the other day. Now, where did Jimmy find it?
We found it I found it under the bed on the other side.
No way. You have clothing underneath your bed, Carolyn?
Yeah. I found it. I did. I found it under the bed.
Do you have just one of those?
Just one, I'm going to write to somebody. I should write to somebody and say, look, everybody wants these hoodies, and so do I. There's no tag in it. Can you believe this? I'm not kidding you guys. I'll show it to you. I don't even know who makes the hoodie. There is no tag in it. And when I went to Zulily, it said something about God. It said something like God delivers. I don't know what it was. I'm going to try to find that company, and I swear I'm going to say, listen, I wear this hoodie. People like it. There's nowhere they can go to buy this hoodie. I want to get another hoodie to have a spare hoodie because I lost mine under the bed, and I didn't know where it was, and I couldn't wear it for months. I'm going to try to find out who it is, and I'm going to contact them and say that we would like them to make a special limited edition hoodie.
With a pineapple on the tag, like so maybe on the tag.
And maybe they should put a tag on all of their hoodies so somebody knows who the brand is when somebody keeps asking, where did you get that sweatshirt?
You'd have a pineapple and then have MRB or something, or mommy.
But see, when they call me MRB, you know what it sounds like to me? It sounds like, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and they call her RBG, and she had that whole series, and they made her sound like a rapper. They're like the notorious RBG. It sounds like they're trying to make me a lot cooler, like, oh, it's the MRB, right? That just sounds cooler than, Mommy Ramblings.
I got a tangent going here. Give me a sec.
Okay. She has a tangent going, did you say? Is she going to go put on the judge's thing? My daughter went out for Halloween as Ruth Bader Ginsburg once. Uh-oh. Oh, the unstoppable Ruth Bader Ginsburg. My daughter went out as her for Halloween. She had the little thing on the neck of the robe and everything.
Look how short she is.
I know, the notorious RBG.
Yes.
Unstoppable RBG.
Her children, she has a son and a daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And she has these different collars that she wears, like depending if she's going to give a dissenting bit on the court.
Right.
She has her.
Did Judge Judy start the collars, or did Ruth? Do you know which one started them?
Well, I would like to give credit to Ruth.
Yeah. Judy was a little copycat, you think?
Well,
Judy actually looks like she took a lace doily. But Judy, she looks like she took a lace doily, doesn't she? And just like modified it.
Here's the 3 female justices. 4, I'm sorry. Can you see them?
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, Ruth really got the big collar.
It says a detail of artist Nelson Shanks, 2012 painting, The 4 Justices. Oh, this is what I wanted to tell you. Her adult son and daughter were being interviewed. And they were like, your mother is very da-da-da. Is there any little personal tidbit that you could share about,
Mm-hmm.
And so, the 2 kids kind of look at each other and they're like, well, and You could tell they didn't, they had been told, like, don't be spilling the beans here.
Yeah, don't say no wire hangers. My mother said absolutely no wire hangers in that closet. Okay.
You had to do that to me, didn't
My
you?
daughter would do that. My daughter would say a joke thing like, my mom's rule was don't play ball in the house. My daughter would so totally do something like that. She would. Wouldn't matter if I was 90 and they were honoring me for like the first woman judge, a Supreme Court. She wouldn't care. She'd just tell them something stupid.
The kids say that they had this little book, and they had this little book like in the library, shoved somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And her and her brother used to write the date, like 17 July 2002. Mom laughed.
Mom laughed.
And then like maybe 5 years would go by, and it said, Mom laughed out loud, because Ruth was like very, serious, and she read books, and, she just wasn't the kind to open her mouth and crack up laughing. So
Yeah.
they said she laughed so rarely that they had a little book, and that her and her brother would just jot a note in there,
Mm-hmm.
before she was world famous or whatever.
I have to say something that just made me think of something. In my kitchen, in the kitchen where I grew up, right? My mother had this like cutting board thing that had a saying on it, and I have it. It says, like, I forget what it was. It was like either one of those in my kitchen, blah, blah, blah. Those things from the 70s or whatever they are, right? And it's not a cutting board you use, but the backside had a chalkboard. And it just hung on the wall. And I was literally 8 years old, probably. And my brother, who is 13 years older than me, made me really, really angry, right? So I took that chalkboard and I wrote on the back of it, I hate Rich, my brother, okay? And I flipped it over and I said, ha ha, he's not gonna, because he was mean, okay? He used to punch my dolls in the face when I would get up. He'd punch my Raggedy Ann, he'd punch it so hard, and my sister would laugh because they do it when my back was turned, right? And I turn around and go, what did you do? Because I'd have them at the table waiting for their breakfast. I used to make them stuff, right? And my sister would go, he punched them. Did you punch them? No, I didn't punch them. And then I turn around and go, he bam, 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 right in Raggedy Ann's face like that, hard. And then he'd get Andy. And I'm telling you, he did this and I would scream, stop punching them. Right, okay, so yeah, it was horrible. So I wrote this, and I thought this was my little secret. I had my feelings there. Nobody knew, and I'm telling you, every year I would turn that thing around, it still said, I hate Rich, right? My parents sold that house to my brother Rich, okay? They took the cutting board. Somehow it ended up here. It still had I hate Rich on it. Now, Jimmy knew it because I told him the whole story. Well, would you believe those stupid ServPro people? They washed it. They packed it in the boxes and they washed it because remember they had to take all and make sure nothing had mold. Jimmy, who I didn't think so, he came in and he had this look on his face and I go, what? And he goes, that board that used to hang that you wrote I hate Rich on it? The stupid ServPro people washed it. And he was more upset than me. He goes, because that's been on there for like, how many years that lasted on there, right? Across a move. My mother didn't even erase it. My mother gave it to me. It was the I hate Rich board, and the ServPro people came and washed it. And I mean, I could write it again, but it'll never be the same. It'll never be that same I hate Rich on there.
Yeah. It's like my cat Sharon.
Yeah, my cat Sharon. So yeah, can you believe those ServPro people erased it? It hung there for years. My brother never knew. My brother never knew that it said that all the time, mocking him from behind the board. He never knew. I'm sure my mother knew. I probably told her, like, look, he punched my Raggedy Ann. My mother liked dolls, so she probably was like, that's good. Put I hate him too, No, she didn't, but she probably didn't know. Thank goodness Rich never saw. Can you imagine? Well, my brothers used to tell me a story that, because there's a big space, same parents, huge space. And my oldest brother, now if my oldest brother ever, and my oldest brother does know about my channel, so if he ever tunes into this, he's going to know the story because I don't think they ever told him. But what are the chances, right? Probably next to none that he's going to listen to this part of it. He was the oldest, and he was like the perfect child, straight A student, studied all the time, went to law school. Okay. So he was always like that. And my other two brothers were, but he's a funny guy. He still makes jokes and stuff. But I guess he was very serious then, and he was older than the other two. So they had this thing. They would call him a name, kind of like that he wouldn't know. They call him some initials and never tell him what it means. So they called him PF, okay? So they would say, at dinner, they'd say, PF, could you pass the peas, right? PF, could you pass the rolls? So my brother, like, I'm telling you, he was like really nerdy in those days, okay? So he probably had like, I don't know, like the kids' law journal at dinner, like he's like not even paying attention to these two little brothers that he didn't really, So he'd be like, what do you want? The rolls? Here's the rolls, right? So every night it went the same way. They kept saying, PF, could you pass the salad dressing? So one night he says, all right, cut it out. What does PF mean? Right? So they're like, oh my gosh. So they told him it meant pimple face, but he didn't have acne, right? So I don't know why they picked that, right? So then he became enraged, right? And so he had a temper, and he became enraged, and he like went after the two little brothers. But they tell that story endearingly. But they say that, that I don't think that he ever knows that they told that story to anyone else. So now if you're hearing it, we know it wasn't true. So no problem, PF. Hank, I mean. But yeah, they did things like that because I had brothers like that did stuff like that. They could be mean. But
Well, I wish I could throw a joke in there, but I can't because you'd have to make this like an R-rated.
oh yeah, we can't do that. YouTube doesn't like R-rated. We have to keep it G-rated, like
Trying to think of
RBG.
what I could use as a substitute.
Your sister shook the head off your baby crawl along doll, watched it fall from the my sister used to cut the doll's hair when they were bad. Okay, chatty Kathy. Yeah, you've been bad. She took lessons from Joan Crawford before she even knew that, right? What are you doing? Playing with my setting lotion, right? When she cuts Christina's hair off? That's what my sister did. Chatty Kathy has like bangs that are up to here. Just chopped them right off because she said she was bad.
Well, did your sister think in her young age that the doll's hair would grow back like a human?
I don't know. My mother was so mad because, see, my mother, I'll have to get the picture someday. My mother had 3 boys. When my mother found out she was pregnant again, they didn't have ultrasounds back then, so you didn't know until you had the baby what it was, right? She, because my mother loved dolls. So my father was like, look, if you love dolls, just go get yourself some dolls, because she had 3 boys, right? So she was pregnant again, and I don't know, there was some tremendous doll sale. She got all those Peter Play Pal, those big dolls, right? The big ones that stand up. And she bought them before she even had my sister. So there's a picture of my sister in a bassinet, brand new, and she's got all these Peter Play Pal dolls around the bassinet. I have to find the picture. Anyway, she thought my sister was going to love dolls. My sister hated dolls. So my mother bought all these dolls, and she would do stuff like that. So my mother would say, like, what happened to Chatty Cathy's hair? She was bad, Mom. And like nobody ever punished anyone in our house, like cutting their hair. Like, so where she got these ideas, I don't know. She just didn't like dolls. Okay, so she just did terrible things to them. And the only dolls she liked were Barbie dolls. And my mother couldn't stand Barbie dolls, but she bought them for her, right? So then she had me, and I liked baby dolls. But that time I still had a Chatty Cathy that had bangs this long because my mother had to get everything away from my sister. And then she's like, I'm so glad I had you because you like baby dolls and stuff. And then I had a brother that punched him in the face, when we weren't looking, but yeah.
Oh, do you remember yesterday when Joey was climbing around the bed?
The bear.
I was the doctor
Yeah, yeah, sewing. And wasn't that his, what was he chewing on?
That leg, believe it or not, came from this one, the big dog, the big guy.
Oh, I wasn't the only one.
And so
Yeah.
Joey kept taking here, you can tell right here, you can tell that was my surgery because it's kind of limp.
Oh,
The leg isn't. So Joey was putting that in his mouth. Remember how he was so anxious when I see this later, because I'm focusing on the needle and the thread, and I'm just doing my job. And here the little chihuahua was like being a total camera ham, stealing the leg and, looking at me and wanting his little toy back. I thought that was so cute.
yeah. Everybody in the chat, a lot of people were saying, Joanne, the leg is there. He's got the leg. And I was trying to say, he's got the leg,
Yeah,
Yeah.
the leg belonged to this big one.
Yeah, because you never really made it clear that you had the leg. We thought you didn't know where the leg was. We didn't know what you were sewing because you were half off camera.
Yeah,
Remember?
I just didn't reply so that everybody would think, Joanne, the leg, and I'm just like ignoring everybody.
I know, and everybody's like, oh my gosh, what is she sewing on there? The leg is over there. But everybody wanted to know what kind of bear that was.
I looked at the tag today. There's 2 tags, and you can't see anything on them. They're so old.
Probably the people that made the sweatshirt.
But his eyes are like an amber brown. And then the nose is just sewn in with thread. But the paws of the bear have a little bit of that, of a different, like the stuffing that's in the arm, his little
Hands. Yeah.
has something a little different.
Oh, like beans? Like beans? Are they like beans? Like little beads? Like, no?
Yeah, like little pellets.
Pellets, yeah. He looked like he was like trying to hightail it off the bed when you had the needle and stuff. Everybody thought he was scared. He looked like he was trying to get away.
Yeah, he was looking the other way like he was screaming.
Like, oh my gosh, she's like going to stick needles and do that surgery on me next.
Yeah.
He was kind of scared.
That didn't quite turn out the way I expected, but it came out a lot funnier with Joey doing his little tricks and standing there like, when are you going to get done with my toy? I want my toy back.
Is the toy still okay? The leg's still on?
Well, the part that needed sewing was around the neck.
Oh, the neck?
But Joey is really coming along now that he's on trazodone. Interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
For 3 years, this dog has been raining terror in my home, going from nasty to naughty, and then all it takes is cut the pills in half, and then take a half and cut that in half, and you just put it in a little piece of turkey, and you're like, here, Joey, you get a little piece of turkey, and then you give him turkey with the pill, then you give him another piece of turkey, so he's just like, yeah.
You can use, do you ever use cheese? Sometimes we use cheese.
No, we don't.
Your dogs are lactose intolerant?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't ever give them cheese? Dogs like cheese. The cheese has power. The power of cheese.
I've read that on Facebook. They talk about they open a cheese wrapper and their dog is right there.
Cheese is very powerful stuff. It comes, I mean, there's so many different kinds of cheese. Soft cheese, hard cheese.
I like that kind that's in the red wax. Gouda.
Oh, the Baby Bell?
I like those too. My daughter-in-law has those little Baby Bells. You pull the thing.
They used to call them, though, the Laughing Cow. Wasn't it the Laughing Cow cheese? And does anybody remember a Magic Cow drink? It wasn't this something gross. It was like grape juice and milk. Do you remember the Magic Cow drink? It was grape juice and milk. I'm not kidding. There was a Magic Cow drink, and it was grape juice and milk. Who remembers it? People are thinking, Purple Cow. No, it was the Purple Cow. That's what it was, the Purple Cow. Does anybody remember that? Grape juice and milk? I never told Jimmy that. He loves grape juice. He loves milk. Purple Cow. Nobody remembers it? I hate this slow chat. It takes so long for them to see, because now they're talking about cheese is good for hiding dog and cat meds. What about the purple cow? Something? Eden is red waxed. Eden? You don't remember the purple cow? Nobody. That sounds vomit inducing.
Round, and it has red wax on it, and then it has like red crinkly paper.
I
It's
think
called EDAM.
Sharon remembers the purple cow. Sharon, who was was that the dairy industry advertising a purple cow? Then I used to always get that mixed up with the laughing cow, and then somehow it became the magic cow. But the magic cow, that was in Jack and the Bean. No, there's Magic Beans.
I think there was, didn't some people in California say, like, when they had like that commercial about the cows, the happy cows in California, and
They make chocolate milk, right? No?
and then the people said, hey man, you're depicting on advertising like you got really happy, nice cows.
They have happy cows in California, but we've got happy cows in New York. I think we do.
They said, we don't think them cows are so happy, man. And they actually took them to court and they couldn't advertise like that. Because they were like, if you want to show them in a green field being all happy, well, we want to show them the other way. And they were like, hey, okay, we'll quit depicting the cows in California as being all.
I don't know. California thinks they're all that, right? No offense to everybody in California. Okay, the Bryan clan, I had somebody email me about the dolls. Please remind me to send you their email. They're interested in hearing about the dolls. And then I can give you some Facebook groups too where they sell dolls like that. But there is someone in here, and I'll say it again, if any of the Bryan clan is selling a bunch of dolls, they're Marie Osmond and a lot of collectible Barbie dolls. If anybody is interested in them, email me and I will put you in touch with her. And then, remind me though, the Bryan clan, because I have to get into my mail and give you that.
And for those people who have some, the people who have neighbors like Carolyn.
Oh, like Stan?
And Jimmy who have Dan.
Yeah, Stan.
Oh, Stan?
Stan. Yeah. We're calling him Stan. It's incognito.
Okay, we're going to call, so Stan.
Right.
When you go to the housing association, Christmas, Santa gift thing, you bring a present wrap and you have the name Stan on it and you give him one of these.
What is it?
It's an Ancestry DNA kit.
Ancestry.
The psychopath's neighbor next
to find out who he killed, if he's with any killers and stuff.
Get his DNA.
But the better thing to do is just get his DNA. Like, just grab his glass and put it in yourself, right? Like, if he's drinking this, it'd be like, get Dan's, just take it.
You know how much saliva you have to put in this kit?
No, but maybe I could just take this to the police.
You have to put a lot of.
Oh, yeah. That's good. So I don't know who the guy on eBay is that you're talking about. I missed that. I was confused on the email. The guy on eBay. No? Okay. I don't know who he is. Is that the guy that bought your thermos? Did you ever send that out? Did you send out the...
Me?
Who? Yeah.
You talking to me?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm talking to you. I got you right there.
Okay. I had charged insufficient postage. So I sent him a note and I said, I made an honest mistake. Once this item was boxed, and because the box is a little bigger, and
yeah, I knew that was going to happen. It was more than you expected, right?
It really matters, and the weight.
Yeah.
and I probably packaged it with too much, cardboard instead of
Yeah.
those. What does Sharon like? Those
Air bubbles. Yeah, she loves the air bubbles. She loves to
size?
package them up as gifts for people as a
Yeah.
joke.
So I said, it's going to cost double what I quoted you for shipping. And by the time I take the money you paid me, subtract the eBay fee, subtract the PayPal fee, subtract the 10% of this and that and the other, and
I
then
know. And so
I'm
did
like,
you?
I'm going to have $14 left. And, I really, can I already left you good feedback because you paid for it. Can you, like, just, give me a solid and just kind of give me positive feedback and I'll refund your money? And he's like, yeah, sure, man, I'll do that for you. I'm a veteran myself.
Mm-hmm.
And he's an Army vet.
Yeah, I had a feeling that was going to happen. I told you, if you go back and look, I said, did you charge a lot of shipping? Because that happens. I know I used to ship things, and if you don't put, now if ever I sell anything, but I don't really on eBay, I put actual shipping. You are paying the actual shipping, and you don't find out until the buyer buys it. They find out, like eBay tells them, you put what it weighs and like really,
Yeah, you put the length.
yeah,
the
so they
width.
know. Because believe me, I've had something shipped like from California, and it was like $61, like shipped to me $61 just for the shipping. It's crazy shipping,
Oh, that reminded me. Um, when we had done the little nervous laughing, giggling around my house, and I was like, don't look at my dirty porch." And I had the chairs, and then I took the wooden chairs outside. I got all the cobwebs and the dirt and everything off them. And one night he was saying, well, hey, since the seats are missing in the bottom of the chair and you're just going to fall through, why don't you just cut some of that stuff off, put a plant, and then you have a house plant coming up through the seat.
Right.
Beautifully, beautiful chair. And I said, well, that's a great idea, except, honey, I can't grow a house plant.
You could put a silk plant in there.
Well, that's kind of tacky, don't you think, Mommy? I think that's kind of tacky.
But I mean, I know people that get old chairs and do that, because I had a neighbor that did. She would specifically look for an old chair like that has an opening to put on her porch with a plant in there. She specifically
I'd like to put a cushion on it, like a cloth cushion, and just set it gingerly on it so it looks like it can be sat on. And then have some big guy come sit, put his big butt on it.
And be like, you broke my chair, right?
I'll be like, look what you did.
Right, that was my grandmother's chair. You know how much that chair is worth, and it's got so much sentimental value. And then, okay. Yeah. Make him feel really bad for breaking the chair.
Except nobody ever comes to my house because, we don't like people coming to the house. Especially not the front door.
No.
No.
You don't like the front door?
Farted.
Oh, the dogs, yeah.
Gosh. Man, that was a bad one. Can you see the green fumes curling up?
No. I can imagine.
I gotta get some hairspray.
I don't know. Hairspray?
Airspray.
Oh,
man.
airspray.
Airspray. Like, oh my God, it's really bad, Carol.
Careful with that. Careful with the Febreze.
Oh my gosh. Oh, you have no idea what I'm going through over here.
With the yellow tape up? Put the yellow tape up? What whispered to me? The yellow tape up? What yellow tape up?
She wants me to put some yellow tape on my porch, tape it off, and I said, oh, you mean like get some of that crime scene tape, put it on the front porch?
Oh, whisper to me wants you to do that?
Yeah, that was her suggestion. I said, maybe I can go to the local police and say, do you have any of that crime scene tape, or who has that?
You can get it. I have it. Jimmy picked it up
at
the hardware store.
Cool. And then I could make something like like a Halloween decoration thing, wrap it in a white sheet, put duct tape on it, leave it on the front porch, and then that'd give the neighborhood something to talk about, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Somebody said Wildlife said Amazon tried to charge Them $68 shipping on a little $4 purse. It was their mistake. I had to fight them for it, but the bank helped me. It's crazy. Hey, Swifty. That's crazy. Did you get anything on Amazon Prime? Joanne? I'm talking to you.
I have an Amazon charge card.
But did you get any good buys?
Always. I looked at like the dog food, okay?
Mhm.
Now that I know I can go to your affiliate link and help your channel, I'm like, well, let me compare this brand of dog food, 30-pound bag that I'm getting from this other company. Let me see if I can buy it and help Carolyn out, you know?
Mhm.
With no skin off my forehead.
Right. It's just, you know, people don't understand. It's just Amazon's taking less of a cut. They're not getting charged any, and they're giving us a little bit of the pie because they think promoted their Amazon. You know, like people don't know about Amazon, right? Yeah.
So I looked at, you know, the same dog food, same poundage, price difference, negligible. How do you say that word?
Negligible.
Negligible. Sounds like negligee.
Mm-hmm.
And you can just order it from Amazon, have it delivered to the side porch, and then mommy wins.
Right. Yeah.
Little something, something for mommy.
Yeah, because that's where I buy like a lot of my camera equipment or my software, like my Photoshop and all that stuff. I have to renew that every year. So yeah, Amazon is great when I can get that. Somebody said I got my 24andMe half price. You mean 23andMe, Margie? You got it half price?
Oh, the ancestry kind of thing.
Hmm. Yeah.
23 chromosomes.
Yeah. And let's see. And I know Sharon said she got a little black dress for $8.
It's like DNA, dinuclear acid.
What else did you get, Sharon?
Chromosomes
Sharon got a
in it.
lot of stuff. I bought some fabric markers. I can't remember the name Sunny Bunny said, but I did find some. I just got those. I didn't get any more colored pencils.
Hey, mommy,
Yeah.
did anybody, I mean, I know Jeff is real good and talented and everything, and Mama Ames, I mean, God love that woman.
Mm-hmm.
Was there any people left over from the crafts, you know, to do a sock puppet with me, or?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure there's going to be. Speaking of that, you know, Barbara, did you see Barbara's video in there? I want to show Barbara's video because Barbara got a really good buy at Michael's. No?
Oh, yeah, let's watch a movie.
Let me show Barbara's video, really, because Barbara got a good deal on something at Michael's. $10 on the black dress, Sharon? Okay. Was that with the Vipine coupon or is that just regular?
My cat Sharon.
My cat Sharon. Where am I going? Slack, right? But yeah, so sign up. See, I don't know. Did you make a big deal about the sock puppets in there? Because they probably don't know. If you want to make a sock puppet with Joanne and you're in the group, or if you're not in the group.
This is the fun group. This is the non-serious crafters.
And if you want to go into that group, you have to send an email and say, I want to go into the sock puppet group. All
Because
right?
like our project isn't going to look like the other people's projects.
She's not going to be as serious, so it doesn't matter.
We might have a scavenger hunt, you know, I'm just saying, like.
They can make any sock puppet they want. They can be anything. It can be an animal or a person.
They'll be like, well, Joanne, you didn't have that on your list that we need a clothespin. And I'll be like, what you got to do is get your scavenger hunt. And I'll take your little camera. I want you to go to your next door neighbors and tell them you need a cold can of beer and that you need a clothespin or a baby diaper pin. They'll be like, what? What? And I'll say, hey, this is impromptu.
Okay, so now this is Barbara. Is Barbara here tonight? Barbara Nealon. She made this video. me
All
see.
right.
I don't know if it's on. Let me see if it's on YouTube. Let me see. Hold on.
Minimize this.
Hang on. Let me see here. My computer's being bad, so let's see. Okay, hold on. It is on YouTube, so hang on. I just have to. Whoops. Hold on. Okay, now I've got my finger stuck in a bottle, but I'm going to get it out. There it goes. Okay. I don't know why I did that. Okay, here we go. Hang on.
Hello, Ramblers. Hey, listen, seriously, my Atlanta is it hot down here. I just checked.
Uh-oh.
I got in. It's about 2:30 in the afternoon. I ran to Dollar Tree. I went to Michael's and Walmart. That was another whole story. But finally had the nerve to look at the thermometer, and it's 93 degrees. Feels like 102. Welcome to Central Florida. 10% chance of rain, 0% chance of a breeze. I think I'm dehydrated. Anyway, the best part of all my trip, it was a lot of good parts. I won't bore you with all that, but the best part was I went to Michael's, and that was my third stop, my final stop, because I couldn't find any paints at the Dollar Tree. They had nothing. It was so ridiculous. And then Michael's, I got sent to 3 different departments, and that place is like a stadium in there. My feet were on fire by the time I left. Got redirected 3 times, finally found the paint, and I posted a picture of the paint. I think it was $2.79 or $2.99 a tube, something like that. And not happening. So I figured I'd go to Michael's and regroup. Well, they didn't have any 2-ounce bottles either, unless you go to the kiddie section, like just the acrylic paints for cars and rocks and whatever, which may be okay. I don't know. I didn't get any. But I did get this. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, and I apologize for all this. I just got a haircut and I don't know what to do with it. And I'm just one of those people, when you go on film, I look hideous no matter what. I can do my hair, do my makeup, get everything just right, and I still look horrible. So, you know, just deal. Anyway, I got this. What is this? An Artist Loft, like hideously 128-piece art set. Yeah.
I think Joanne's taking.
Yeah. I didn't need all that, but it does have some acrylic paint in it. So I figure with what I have already here, from when my daughter was a teenager and had to have every paint under the sun and every pencil under the sun, I probably have enough to get by. If I don't buy any more paint, so I'll figure all that out. But let me open this little treasure, see if I can get it open and show you. This was on sale for $19.99. Normally $65. Look at these. See, what are those? Those are the watercolor pencils, and these are colored pencils. So we have lots and lots and lots. And then it looks like all this folds out again somehow. Oh yes, oh yes. And we have a book in here, so it tells you what to do with all this glorious stuff here. Everything you should possibly do with it. I guarantee some of the things my daughter did are not in there, which ended up on my walls and furnishings and whatnot. But anyway, look at this.
Uh-oh, see, Jeff? You see this, Jeff?
It's got palettes in there. It's got acrylics.
I'm sorry. I'm going to put her thing
It's
back.
got
He made me go to subscribe, so I went to his
stuff.
channel.
I
I'm
don't
going to put her
even know
back.
what all it's got.
Did I subscribe?
That
I'm
chalk.
subscribed, Jeff. Okay?
And oil paint, and for $20 you're all set. And I think that
I'll put it back a little bit because Jeff made me ruin that.
chalk and oil paint, and for $20 you're all set. And I think that special runs till Tuesday at Michael's. So that's all very exciting, and it's like a little double 07 attaché. So some important purpose. This metal, very nicely made metal with little feet on it, little anti-scuff feet. It's very, very Matrix or very 007, I think. So I just wanted to show you that. I did get everything I needed at the Dollar Tree for $10. I did not get any paint there, but all the other things, like little flowers and the milk jugs, and it was kind of like an Easter egg hunt looking for all these things, so it was kind of fun. But that was just $10 for that. And then, like I said, I've got some art supplies around here, so I'm so sorry none of you live near me, because I have 5 16 by 20 canvas. Yeah, and I'm going to use one of them.
Anybody lives near Barbara,
So, like I
pick
said,
up a
I had a
canvas.
teenage girl, ... So, anyway, I think that's all I wanted to say. Yeah, and I'm Drill Brush Lily's mommy, and Mazel and Simone, Crippy's mom, my cats. So I'm Crazy Cat Lady. But I'm going to be in the crafter group doing both projects clearly, and I hope to see you there. Bye.
Bye. Thanks for sending that in, Barbara. Okay, so yes, if you want to click on Greg's, Random Guy Jeff's channel, and Jeff, I forget all the time, like it was like Lily Bell, you know, I kept telling her to go subscribe to Lily Bell, and then there I was, I still hadn't done it for a long time. That happens to me. I have like a crazy thing, okay? But it was just a slip. You click on the 3, if you go to where he types something, there's 3 dots on the end. If you click on those 3 dots, it'll say go to channel, just like what I did over there, but I didn't realize it was going to take it right out of the video, and I was going to be sneak. And then I just subscribed to him so that he stops whining in the chat that mommy didn't subscribe to him.
I think you can just click on their face too.
But if you click on his face, then I think it takes you off the YouTube channel. If you click on the dots and click go to channel, it doesn't take you off the channel. I think so.
But it's more fun to click on Jeff's face.
It's more fun to do that? Yeah. He's wearing, did you guys see him with the Bob Ross wig? Did they see it? I think you should have put, I want to use that for the promo. I want to put it in my program and then write his promo on that to advertise the thing. Don't you think so?
What is it that Bob Ross does when he makes a mistake? He makes a bush.
A tree, pretty little tree, a nice little tree. I have a Bob Ross t-shirt. It's huge because I could only find it in, like, I was in the men's section and there was one on the clearance rack and it was Bob Ross and I couldn't pass it up because I've never, but it's huge, right? It's like so big. So I said, well, I'll wear it for a nightshirt, okay? Because I like it because it's Bob Ross. But it's like 15,000 sizes too big on me. And then one day I put it on and I didn't plan to go for a walk. This is what I mean. When you don't plan, okay, that's when you run into people. I didn't plan to go for a walk around the lake, but I did. And I ran into my neighbor that opened a bed and breakfast in Massachusetts now, and he's hardly ever up, but he used to be up all the time. So he hadn't seen me in forever. And he's like, Carolyn, you know, like, what is going on? Like, and I'm like, Jeff, I just got this. It was on clearance. I like Bob Ross. I know it's 19 sizes too big. Don't worry about me. I'm still eating. I'm okay. Everything is good with me. You know, it's okay. This was never my shirt. And I'm like, maybe I need to get that thing at the Gap where you cinch it. You know, they say, just get a belt and cinch it. I've actually thought about cutting it and then like sewing in the sides or something, or just taking the Bob Ross thing and putting it on something else, like sewing it on something else. But I couldn't leave Bob Ross behind at the store, even though, you know.
Can you wear it on your show?
It's so big on me, you have no idea. I have to modify it somehow because I'm lost. I'm lost in the thing. I swear to you, it's like putting this thing on. It's like, where's Carolyn? She's in there somewhere. Yeah, you know, it's like this thing again. Like, it's so freaking big. It's like this big.
See, we got to see you in the wig.
I don't have the wig, but did you know in an ASMR video, there's a guy, Jeff, you should do this. He puts on a Bob Ross wig and he paints ASMR. See, I'm saying ASMR is everything. There's nothing that can't be ASMR. Okay? He's painting as Bob Ross in the wig on an easel. Oh, Jeff, you have to do it. You have to do it for your channel. You have to get a Bob Ross wig. You probably could get one on Vipon, but you probably can get one really cheap. I don't think they're, and just, he's doing it ASMR. Because he's like, I guess he's talking like Bob Ross. That's like my daughter said. She's like, they say Bob Ross is ASMR. I'm like, Bob Ross didn't even know what ASMR is. How could he be a, no. She goes, that's what they talk about first. It's Bob Ross. And you know, Bob Ross is like this like cult thing now. And when I was a kid, nobody ever wanted to watch him. ASMR.
I wonder who his hairstylist was.
I think it was those perms. Remember when those guys were getting perms? When I was in high school, guys were getting perms. This guy named Paul Haas, he was like on the football team and everything. I used to just try to think of him, what he must look like when he was getting the perm with all the rollers. I couldn't do it. And I just couldn't do it. Like those big guys, right? But he's like, I got to get my hair perm because now everybody's used to my curly hair. And I didn't know how they did it because like when the girls got their hair permed, and I used to be one of those too, just to blow it out. Like we had said it had to be volume. Our hair was like this big, right? You know? And they'd be like, oh, your hair looks good. And it would just stay forever with the perm. Like it never
Barbra
came out.
Streisand.
Perms were great.
Even Barbra Streisand had a perm.
Perms were great because like the humidity, they held your style forever. We had this big blown out hair, right? It was like crazy hair. But the guys were getting it too, and they were just getting the curly ringlet look, right? But I didn't understand how they could ever, they must have had to go all the time because it grows out a little bit and then you don't have that same curl. And now Joanne's gone. She just left me here. She didn't care. Okay. Oh, the perm solution stunk so bad. I know. But I used to try to remember these, to think about these big football players in high school. I just wanted to see them one time sitting in the perm chair with those little teeny tiny little rollers in their hair. Perm rollers. Random Guy Steph says, okay, I'll do that pic. I put my face. It was from Amazon. Oh, so we'll use that for your promo then? Should I show it now? Or do you want to save it for the promo? I mean, I can doctor it up so it says about the promo. We could start putting it in the community part of the page to get people really excited for it. You got the... Now, I saw somebody say, who was the Wow Life, or who was the one that said, I got that for $2. What are you talking about? You got that art kit she had for $2? How'd you get it for $2? The curl rods, right? You got the cards. What cards? Bob Ross cards? You'd like to discuss your... Oh, you can call in anytime you want. If it wasn't 4:29, I'd say call in now, but you could call in tomorrow if you want. Should we wait to then to debut your Bob Ross picture and we'll do it with the date on it? Remember Jimmy Fallon's segment giving audience members a perm? No, I don't. He gave audience members a perm? A real one or just faker one? Could he have done the real one? Remember when they would do it, they had those papers, and then there were some stylists that, oh wait, are you only using one paper? Is my perm going to come out the same? Yeah, no, this is how I do it. This is my, no, you're supposed to use two. No, 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 I do it like this. This works well. And they used to always tell me the same thing. Your hair is so thick, we had to use 2 perm kits on you. I'm like, yes, and they always charged me double because my hair was so thick. They said we have to use 2 perm kits. It must be very late. Yeah, it's 4:29, 4:30. I didn't realize that. You know, when I came on tonight, and who the heck am I fooling? I said, feeling a little tired. I'm just going to tell them I'm going on for a few minutes. And then I came on and I was all energized. And now I'm not even tired. Before I came on, I was like, maybe I'll go on for 10 minutes. And the time just gets away. It's only 1:30 there, Robin? Hair is too thick, you need 2 per. Yeah, I think it's a racket, Lisa, just to charge you twice, right? They probably take half the rollers out of each box. Oh, I got such thick hair. It's 2 perm kits. And when they put that ammonia stuff, I remember the first time they did that, I had no idea. I was like almost overwhelmed with the smell. I jumped out of the chair. I did. And they're like, no, no, you have to sit back down. I'm like, I can't. They're like, here's a towel. They should give you like one of those masks, the respirator masks. You had the thinnest hair ever? Show 3 pics. I don't have 3 pics. I have 1 pic of random. You want to see the one with the wig? You're just waking up, cowgirl? You're a good cowgirl. You probably had to get up early to get my cat ready for his big journey, for her big journey. Make sure you pack a toy in the box so it's not lonely. Little water bottle on the side. Don't let Sharon know when you're shipping it out. I won't tell her until it gets here. All right, let me go get Jeff's picture. But I'm gonna doctor it up, just so you know. With like, you know, what day and what's going on. Let me see how I'm gonna get this off. Okay, I think I have to click on that. More actions. Open link. I don't want to open a link. And it, well, let me see if I open it. Let me see. Oh, here we go. Now, hopefully. Yeah, here we go. That's how I have to do it. Okay. Hang on. He's got to pull it down. Can you try to pull it down a little bit? And then maybe... I don't know how you did this. Otherwise, I could go into my Photoshop and just clone it so you have curls all the way through to the front. If you can't pull that wig down a little bit, I can go in my program and clone it and put the curls in here when I go put the, you know, the thing on it. What happened to Jo? We don't know what happened to Joanne. She just, whew, it's like bewitched. Like, ooh, she was there. She's not there. Not bewitched. Her mother, right? What was her mother's name? Esmeralda? Okay, everybody got a chance to see it? I'm email for Sakura. In email for Sakura. In email for Sakura. Is that to me random? My nose is burning. Oh, your nose is burning. Andorra. What did I just call her? Esmeralda? But there is somebody Esmeralda. Wasn't that an aunt? Andorra, right? Oh yeah, I remember the way Darren would say it. Andorra. The two Darrens, remember? And the one had emphysema. You have to go now, Big C and Ramblers. Okay, Swifty, happy drumming. I'm going to be going soon too. So get the doctor ASAP. What's going on? What happened to Sonia? You can't walk, Sonia? What's going on? If you can stop crying, what's going on, Sonia? What happened? You couldn't walk anymore. What's going on with Sonia? What happened, Sonia? I'm trying to see what happened to Sonia. Email me and let me know what happened, Sonia, and tell me what happened. And I'm praying for you that you're okay. I don't know what happened. Wow, you're still here. I've eaten dinner and cleaned the kitchen. Good. I've got my island is a disaster on the other side, and my kids just keep throwing stuff there that I have to go through. Last week I couldn't walk anymore. Oh, do you have a herniated disc? I've had stuff with that. That's terrible. You're only playing. Oh, okay. Okay. I thought, I was like, wow, how'd you get that for $2? I thought you had that $10 off coupon. I think Barbara said she got it for $10. You know, don't they have a 40% off? I don't know. Did she say that, or am I dreaming? The lady cannot walk. I'm not diagnosing. I'm just asking her. Oh, I didn't think you were diagnosing her, Irish. No, I didn't think that. I just wanted to know what was wrong with Sonia. Gladys Kravitz was the nosy neighbor. Yeah, right, Mrs. Kravitz. Lenny Kravitz's mom. Well, I hope that's terrible pain, Sonia. So I hope that they can do something for you. I thought you meant that you got that art thing, like on the video, for $2. That's what she was trying to say, Random Gabby. She said it was a joke. Been there a few years, could not. Yeah, it's terrible pain. If it's from herniated discs, I know. I mean, I can't even tell you. And I couldn't even walk either, especially if I sat in the car. And it was embarrassing because I just had a baby. And my daughter thought I was making it up. And she's like, Mom, stop it. You're embarrassing. That's how kids are. Her husband was Abner. It could be that Sharon just really likes that show a lot, and so she knows everything, right? Or it could be that she's really good with names and she's only seen it twice. I don't know which one yet. There were a couple of different Tabithas, wasn't there? I think there were. From a car wreck? Oh, yeah. I'm sure mine were acquired in my rollover, but no, it doesn't take away the pain. Okay, good night, Joanne. We're going to say good night too. Good night. Thank you to all the moderators. Thank you to everybody for being here. And I don't know, Jeff, if you want to talk tomorrow, tomorrow. We can put you on. And you can't stop crying. Sonia, I so totally relate to that. If I went back to my Facebook statuses from that time, I was at the bottom of the heap. I'm serious, because I had just had a baby. I had a child that was not even 2 years old. I had a newborn, and I was just in so much pain. And I was writing things like, I can't believe this. I don't know what's wrong. This is never getting better. I can't even get on the floor and play with my kids. I can't sit. See, I couldn't sit. I had to stand or lay on my side. And they couldn't do anything for me. They kept wanting me to take Percocet. I was nursing a baby. I wasn't going to take Percocet. And I was just in excruciating pain. So I really understand. If it's from that, it's excruciating. What I started to use was a back to life machine, which actually stretches out your spine. I know it sounds crazy. You lay on the floor and it just by your height, and you put your legs on it with ankle weights, and it stretched out my spine. But please, Veronica, yes. Veronica, remember the woman whose son was murdered by his father, and she's having the trial? Okay, let me just get, there is an update on that. So thank you, Jessica. Hold on a minute. See, because I forget things if I'm not reminded. And even when I'm reminded, I forget things. Hold on a minute. I have to get the information. 1 second. I have an update. Don't leave yet. I have to give you this update. Okay. Veronica. Okay. All right. Okay, the next court date is July 25th. July 25th, so that's when? 8:30 a.m., but it's just a status check. So what do you mean? So then happy wife already, they don't need to go then, right? It's just a status check. Is that what you're saying? So this isn't the one that the ones that want to support her have to be at, correct? Okay, and all right, so let's see. Oh, wait, hold on a minute. Stephen Swift says there's an idea to keep people over 60 fit. He says, I hope you're doing well. Just a thought. He started a fitness routine based on 5 movements. He does each one 10 times slowly. He wondered if you think anyone would be interested in seeing him do his routine, and perhaps in the future somehow do a video class. Let me know your thoughts before putting it to the Ramblers. Well, I already did, Steve, because I tend to be impulsive and read things like that on air. So it's already been put towards the Ramblers. What do the Ramblers think? Would you like Steve to do a exercise class? Thank you, Kristen. Thank you so much. We are getting ready to head out because we've been here a long time, but I appreciate that. Sure. Okay. They're Steve? Yeah. You have, yeah, they're interested in you doing a class. I was actually thinking of that myself too. I think it'd be a good idea. It would be. It could be our own Jack LaLanne. Better than you never stick to exercising. Okay, so everybody's good now. I've made all the announcements. Anyway, I think I made all the, if I didn't make the, I'll make them tomorrow. But anyway, thanks for coming. Thanks to our moderators. Thanks to everyone. And I'm going to get us out of here now. Hang on. Oh, there's no need to go. So she's just giving an update on the status hearing. She'll let you know when there's a need to go. Okay, everybody have a good one. Stay safe and see you.